Hello and welcome to another Company of Heroes 3 stream. My name is FancyJosh, and today I've got some high-level games. So it has been a while since I cast Red Wings, so I went and found a game of his on codb.com, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. So before I get started, I am going to drop some messages in chat. Alrighty. Let me get this set up. Oh, it is. Good. This will turn my camera off. Awesome. Alrighty, let's get started here. In 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to another Company of Heroes 3 game. My name is FancyJosh, and today I've got a game for you between Noob Tactics as our Wehrmacht in blue, and his teammate today is going to be Mist in teal as our other Wehrmacht. And on the other side of the map, we have Red Wings in purple as our US, and his teammate today is going to be Martinez in red. So, I have not cast a game of Red Wings since I've been back. I have tried to cast a couple of his games, but I've been stuck. Honestly, it was a couple duds, and, you know, nothing wrong with that. People are going to win in different ways, and this is looking forward to seeing what Red Wings has in store for us today. For those of you that know Red Wings, he plays very memey, does some really strange builds, goes deep into battle groups in such a way that you wouldn't think. For example, what's a great example? He leans heavy into the Centaur out of the Air and Sea battle group, which is something you don't see players do for the British Army very often. So looking forward to see what he's got in store here. Let me pop open the build tabs here. Looks like both teams opening pretty standard here. We do see a Jeep from Red Wings, and actually let me switch our players' sides of the map there so that US is on the left, because that's where their units are going to be coming from. But this early Jeep, probably to avoid manpower bleed, I've been using this in my own games. A bit more popular against Africa Corps, I would say, but does just fine against Wehrmacht, especially if you can get it to Veterancy 1. You can start dropping off team weapons, get out some mortars or some heavy machine guns without investing into the weapon support center. And this is definitely a fight that's definitely going to favor our German players here. We'll let them continue that fight. And Jeep trying to get a flank here. He's going to get it done. Now this double Kettenkrad from our Wehrmacht players is a very interesting decision. It's going to let them capture a ton of territory really quickly, but it's going to result in slightly less map combat effectiveness as this game starts off here. You know, on this map, it's kind of long and narrow, so kind of tough for players to get all the way around each other with those Kettenkrads. So I'm curious to see what the plan is for these. Now, what they do really well, though, is they provide that long-range vision, letting you see way into your opponent's territory, and can be really good for spotting attacks in advance or even supporting indirect fire. So now our blue player has gone for the Luftwaffe battle group here, so calling in these Panzer Pioneers, and actually now I gotta check. Fulton Pioneers, goodness. There's like 15 different versions of Pioneers, and these are the Fulton Pioneers. So battle's happening all over the place. Flamethrower is upgraded for our purple player. Gonna let him take control of this house. There's a heavy machine gun here. Surprised to see these engineers getting in the building there, but actually gonna do okay. Grenade gonna pop there, and gonna do some really good damage. I think a Kettenkrad just went down for our teal player. Not sure where that happened. But nice little pickup for our allied players. Riflemen not going to be able to hold this house for very long. We'll have to get out of there. And fights happening all over the place. This is why I normally like to cast 1v1s, because there's a reasonable amount of action for me to cover when you get into these team games. It gets absolutely crazy, and I tend to have to focus on one player. Jeep looking like they took some damage there, but is going to get healed up. Mortar's on the way for a red player. And a standard build's continuing for both teams here. Really, really fast Panzer Grenadiers here for our German player. Now that's going to do pretty well against those riflemen. Panzer Grenadiers, of course, really good at close and medium range. And on a map like this where they can get a jump on their opponent, going to be very, very effective. And heavy machine gun just on this bottom side, grabbing up some territory. Now, this was a nice little steal here by our allied players. Getting some scouts in deep behind enemy lines, but letting him pick up some territory there behind for his opponent, and continuing to do so here with these scouts. Teal player really on the back foot. You know, I don't think Teal has lost anything other than that Kettenkrad. But rushing those Panzer Grenadiers has left him with not a lot of units to get stuff done here in the early game, and we're kind of seeing him get punished for that a little bit here. You see that captain upgraded with light machine guns. I do believe our red player has gone for the infantry support group, and resource cache is going down for our red player. Did our blue player... I don't think our Axis players put down any resource caches. So yeah, I mean, just they went hard into that tech, and they're definitely paying for it here. Heavy machine gun, a bit out of position there. But Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers should make short work of these riflemen. Heavy machine gun continuing to face the wrong way. Nice try with the grenade there, throwing it onto the door in the hopes of the riflemen exiting on that side of the building. But Grenadiers in a little bit of trouble here. Might not make it out with those bars in the retreat path. And that would be a little bit of a devastating loss. Not going to focus him down there. Heavy machine gun being flanked by the Jeep, as he's facing the wrong way, but is going to turn around there. Here comes the half-track. Not upgraded. Is he upgrading? Doesn't look like it. But is going to let the German player win pretty handily here, and he's going to be able to reinforce these Panzer Grenadiers on the front line. Rifleman might go down and eat an AT grenade. Should be able to back out of there. And basically both armies all right here. Panzer Grenadiers continuing to do work here. Veterancy 1 already. Going to shred all these units, being focused by pretty much everything there. Using their ability to increase their damage output. And being supported by this half-track. I don't know who's going to win. Those Panzer Grenadiers look like they're going down. Yeah, a little greedy there. And if he can wipe something on its way out, he might be feeling okay, but doesn't look like he's going to get him. And our artillery barrage here, I think that's the captain's artillery. And just while this fight's been happening, our German players have captured up a decent amount of territory. So going to be feeling okay coming out of this engagement. Keep continuing to be active. What did he upgrade on this? It's not going to show me. Advanced logistics on the way here for Red Wings. So is going to be focused on that infantry. What's his battle group? Advanced infantry battle group. We might be seeing Rangers here. Rangers, of course, very, very good. In I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a Relic did a, Ask Me Anything. I forget what they called it, but basically it was, jump on their stream, ask questions. They responded to feedback, and kind of a nice thing. And one of the things they said in that stream was that they basically want the Rangers to be the elite of the elite. They are, in Relic's minds, the best infantry that there is. And I don't know if that's still true. I haven't been catching up on patch notes. But they do seem like they're in basically the same place I left them. These scouts need to get out of here. They do have the smoke on retreat. Might be enough to save them, but this half-track wants to chase. Already Veterancy 1 on this half-track after that brawl we were seeing earlier. More Panzer Grenadiers up here fighting this unit in the house. There are no windows on this side, so those Panzer Grenadiers can basically sit there as long as they want to. We do see one Ranger squad upgraded for Red Wings here, and that's a dead scout. So a nice little pickup here for him. Now, Martinez, our red player, has gone for the armored battle group here. Haven't really seen him taking advantage of that yet. That battle group really kicks in around the mid-game. Has he gone for any vehicles yet? He does have infantry support center, adding more resource caches. And heavy machine gun in this house. Gonna pin those riflemen there. Here comes the half-track as well. Kettenkrad just using that long-range vision here. Show everyone the battlefield. And I think this Jeep, I was going to say, might have dropped off a mortar, but that mortar's being built, of course. So, purple player getting into that indirect fire early in this game. Now, our German players added on AT guns already. So, do see some Fallschirmjäger as well. But those AT guns are a little bit early here. Stummel upgraded. Going to help clear these units out of these buildings. But here come the Rangers. Look like they have a flamethrower, and I can't tell what else. But going to make short work of these units here. Looks like they also have a bazooka. So a little bit of everything there. Captain eating a Stummel shot is going to have to get the heck out of Dodge. So our blue player has gone for the Luftwaffe battle group, and looks like Teal has gone for mechanized. He's going to have those raid packages, can capture territory with this Stummel. See if he wants to do that. Here's on this bottom side. Did I hear mines going down? Yes, I did. Love to see it. And Stummel going to make short work of these engineers here. He's driving them back, being very aggressive with that unit. Now, oh, what happened there? That mine got blown up by something. Grenade in the retreat path is going to do some good damage. I think those engineers are still going to make it here. Captain in the area. Oh, mine didn't actually go down, but is going to get taken out by the mortar there. Engineer barely going to live. Captain using his artillery barrage to zone out those infantry there. And a mine in the road here doing great damage against that Stummel, but nothing really in the area to capitalize. And Panzer Grenadier is going to screen for this unit here. Should make it so he gets out of there, but red and purple both working together on this bottom side. Rangers coming in. Gonna make short work here. Flamethrower on the engineer. Gonna absolutely roast those units in heavy cover. Here comes a big grenade, though. Gonna clean up some models there. Lots and lots of grenades. Stummel still running for his life there. Gonna be tough for allies to catch up to that unit. Survival training on the way here for Red Wings. And he's going hard into that infantry. But while this is happening, our blue player is capturing up some territory on the top side. Kettenkrad helping out with that. Does have the ability to leave behind vision here. And you know, I was very surprised when Relic got rid of the vision that territory points grant. I was very surprised to see them do that, because I don't think in any game they had taken away the vision that territory points grant. Sprint being used here on the rifleman, not enough to close the gap there. Heavy machine gun from the base, not quite in position and isn't going to be able to capitalize on that Stummel. Nice try, though. Very nice try. But, yeah, so, I mean, it's kind of a cool idea taking away vision from territory points, because then they can have upgrades that, you know, give it back, basically. It kind of leads to an interesting situation. This AT gun going to go down here. That veterancy going to be lost here, but there's absolutely no way our allied player can steal it away here. Not with all those, not with all that infantry in the area. And wow, okay. Our U.S. player making it to a quick easy 8 here. Oh no, riflemen! Are they gonna make it? No freaking way. Yeah, gonna go down there, leaving behind a bar rifle. So nicely done by our German players to make those captures happen. Cat and Crad, you know, I was talking about it in the early game, and I wasn't sure how much value he would get out of that unit. And it turns out it's going to be a decent amount here. Panzer Company on the way for our teal player. Blue have one? Yes, he does. So we're going to be see some medium tanks here. Now, if I remember correctly, this teal player is going to have Panthers in this battle. No, it's not the Panther battle group. What does he have at the end of this? Is it the Tiger? I'll have to check. You'd think I'd remember, but don't see a lot of this battle group used to the end in 1v1s. Grenade once again in the retreat path. That captain might be going down here, and that's the risk of going deep into your opponent's territory. Oh my god, so many mines here. There's 1, 2, 3. What kind of mine is that? Just an M1. And wow, fighting position left behind here. So our red player, I mean, despite losing some units here, took advantage of the time he was given to lay down a bunch of defenses, make it really tough for his opponent to get back in. That Easy 8 going to destroy the wreck there. Right, Rangers taking some serious damage. Pack gun in a good position. Here comes a Panzerfaust going to snare this tank just a little bit. AT gun still in range and looking really good here. He's going to barely escape. Some big damage there. This is not being upgraded. Tank depot on the way for our purple player as well. More mines. Getting a ton of manpower bleed there. Blue player moving up to this top side. Mortar having to reposition. Rangers. Oh, more mines there. Nicely done. Love to see it. Grenadiers not in a great spot here. Need to retreat. Looks like he was trying to find a snare there. AT gun did get another hit there. Oh, nice. He's going to destroy this cache here for our allied players. There's another cache back here. You know, I used to think that players that built caches in team games were a little bit goofy, but I've come around on that. Played some team games with J-Raptor, and he was showing me that high-level players, like, they build lots of caches, especially on munitions, to get lots of call-ins in the late game. It's actually incredible. They even do it on manpower caches to get extra manpower. And it really surprised me, because you don't see it at all in team games, or in 1v1s, but lots and lots of that in team games, and it's kind of cool to see it here. Now these riflemen once again using sprints, but I don't think that's a place they want to be. Throwing a grenade into the blob there. Not going to get anything done. And Martinez is going to be able to add on another Easy 8 here pretty soon. I suspect we're going to see him do that. More AT guns on the way for our German players. Looks like they also picked up the Panzer Grenadier officer quarters. What's that called? Yeah, I said it right. Hooray. Rifleman going deep here. Hasn't learned his lesson about going in way behind the opponent. Teal player going to add on some resource caches of his own. And Rangers doing their best here. I love that fire on the movability is just simply incredible, but nobody's going to stand up well to a blob there. Grenade into the blob. Getting some good damage. Going to give them some nice little veterancy there. But again, this player doesn't really want to hang out here. Good mortar hit. And that's the weakness of a blob right there. Hard to dodge grenades. And yeah, hard to dodge grenades. And indirect fire also pretty good against blobs, it turns out. So for those of you watching this as a video on YouTube, I am streaming this live on Twitch and YouTube. So if you're interested in coming and hanging out in future casts, please watch I'm posting my schedule on YouTube as it comes up. I am going to be going back to work soon here after paternity leave, so my casting schedule is probably going to be different once I go back, but I hope you guys will all join me. You know, while we continue to have a little bit of quiet here, I am participating in 2 tournaments this month, just for fun, not expecting anything. But the Meta Plays tournament is going into its 3rd round here. I actually had 2 buys in a row because my opponents were unable to attend the games. So I'm probably going up against Mule in the quarterfinals. Just to be clear, my highest elo is 1300, so I'm not expecting a whole lot of... not going to be that spectacular. That's all I'm trying to say. Engineer's in a little bit of trouble here. Should make it out. Easy 8 here to save the day. Doesn't want to get super close to that infantry. Bulldozer also in the area. Going to get some good hits on that infantry on their way out the door. Grenadiers in deep trouble here. One more hit. Not going to fire, though. Double AT gun setting up on this bulldozer, but a flank is coming in hot here. Heavy machine gun doing his best to dissuade the tanks, but oh man, that's a double dead AT gun. And is going to trade out his bulldozer. Probably going to see him destroy. Yeah, he's going to destroy. So that's a nice little pickup for our US players. They are not going to be too sad about that bulldozer going down. Now there is a Panther on the field as well. Just entering the battlefield now. 2 Easy 8s should be able to take that on. And looks like our teal player is mad about something in chat. And Bazooka getting some good hits on this Panzer IV. Wow, Rangers do some work. I think he might have 3 bazookas in that squad. Panzer IV cannot tank that damage very well. And more bazookas here. Panther gonna have to back off. Should be okay here. That heavy front armor gonna do work for him. Manpower cache here. In danger of going down to these bazookas. Very low health. Oh my god, very low health. Panzer Grenadiers getting flamethrowered there. Should be able to take this Ranger on, but I actually don't know who wins here. Looks like the Panther interrupting that unit's pathing, making it so they can't really fire. And nice job there. No way this Panther picks up anything. That unit not super good against infantry. Panzer IV in danger here, but a huge barrage called down. What is that? Is that the strafing run there? Is that the anti-vehicle strafing run? Just a Stuka. Wait. Stuka loiter. Yep. Attacks anything in range. Oh man, repair truck being found out here. There is a mine though. Oh, Panther missing its last shot. AT grenade gonna come down here. Just gonna shock the crew there. Not able to finish him off. I cannot believe that unit escaped. Now here come the Shermans. Teal player in trouble. Getting some good hits. Panther giving the good side of its armor to these tanks. I don't think they're going to chase here. They are going to chase. Okay. That's definitely risky. Now the Panther isn't focusing the same tank. And here comes a Hellcat. Blue player needs to come down right now. Isn't reacting. This Panther's in trouble. Deep, deep trouble. And that Hellcat is surely going to finish him off. Popping smoke there. But don't think it's going to matter. Oh my god, the Hellcat bouncing at close range. No way. Both players just chasing each other to the ends of the earth. Surely this Panther's done for. Surely, yes. Okay, here comes the Panzer IV, though. And not focusing the Hellcat. But another Panzer IV to the rescue. Come on, trade him out. Really needs to trade this Hellcat out. Look at that, how fast that tank is. Oh no! Getting kind of stuck on a corner. AT gun from downtown. Easy 8 now in a bad spot. But should be able to get out of there. So a bunch of tanks traded back and forth, and it looks like some infantry was traded as well. I know I focused purely on that tank battle. But lots of units going down for both players. I mean, look at Deal's army, man. It's evaporated here. Wow. Okay, I wanted to quickly finish my thought about the tournaments. There's also a Ironclad tournament. It is called, I think it's Shadow of War. Is that the name of the tournament? There is a challenger bracket where the highest elo allowed is 1300, and so I'm participating in that as well. That's coming up on the 26th. If you're interested in more information on that, definitely check out Reddit for that. I don't know who in the community is putting that on. But I really enjoyed their cast this past weekend, so definitely check them out if you like that type of stuff. And these Panzer IV is going to find trouble here. Veterancy 2 on this Easy 8 here. Pretty darn scary. Gonna get some favorable armor here. Oh, Easy 8's refacing just at the right moment. And bazookas from the purple player are gonna do some serious work here. Oh my god, this is going horribly wrong for our German player. Losing a ton of units there. Does have a pack in the area. Pretty much everybody's army is here. Light artillery barrage from that captain gonna force the German player to halt his advance there. Pioneer's gonna repair up. It's interesting that both teams are destroying wrecks. I guess they've seen this recovery vehicle, so German players can't risk giving these tanks to their opponents here. Pack gun repositioning. And here comes the teal players. What is that? Is that just a scout here? I think it's just a scouting run. Wait, is he calling in a unit right there? Hellcat from behind here. Oh, it's Fallschirmjäger, okay. I was like, what is this call-in? The German call-in. Stoßtruppen being chased down by this Easy 8. Rifleman sprinting away. That's cool. I've never seen that ability used to run away from a fight before. But of course that's a good use of it. Those riflemen grabbing up some territory. Panzer Grenadiers trying to help out. Panther re-added on here. Not going to do a whole lot here in the face of 3 Easy 8s. And neither of those Panzer Grenadiers going to retreat back. And things looking okay. I mean, victory points pretty even. This Panther is... I mean, it can take on that many Easy 8s when it's supported by AT and infantry. But our teal player is having a tough time getting some combined arms here, it feels like. Not really staying close. I mean, our allies have definitely shown some pretty good teamwork this game. I mean, we've seen them make several pushes together. I haven't really seen that level of coordination from our German players. But Panther in a tough spot here, backing away. We do see that smoke popped here. Easy 8's coming through the smoke there. Pack ready for it. Artillery barrage called down to prevent that advance. Is that the zeroing artillery? Yeah. Yes, it is. And this other Panzer IV in a really, really bad spot. Picking up quite a few models off those Rangers, but with the second squad there, being able to fire those bazookas on the move. Basically unstoppable. Did drop the Tier 3 Ranger to these Fallschirmjäger. Holy cow, those Fallschirmjäger are Vet 3. What do they even get at Vet 3? That's crazy. Show me one of those. Pack gun being picked up there. 32 kills. Holy moly. This guy is 23. Wow. So they get that harder to hit at Vet 1. 20% health. Longer ambush duration. I don't think we've seen him using that really. But 25% weapon accuracy. Oh my god, they are so unbelievably accurate. Look at that. 45%. That's crazy. Low veterancy Rangers here do have to give up that position. Stoßtruppen focusing the captain. Here come the Easy 8s. And a Vet 3 recovery vehicle. What does that thing get? It's not something I see every day either. Let's see here. More health. Way more repair speed. And a bit more mobility. And a howitzer on the way. Red Wings here. Love it. I freaking love it. Alright, triple cap is on. Uh-oh. This is looking a little scary here. What's the plan? Don't drive over the mine. Okay, not gonna drive over the mine. This is a base killer right here. There is one Panther. But I can tell you right now, one Panther is not gonna take on four of these Easy 8s. Heavy machine gun. Gonna be able to suppress the Rangers. Easy 8s doing the dance. Panther here, as is a pack gun. Pack gun with a favorable angle here, but not quite in range. Is going to get a side hit there. That's really nice. Fallschirmjäger might be able to get a snare on this Vet 2, and is going to get the snare, and that's a dead Easy 8. That's big. Here comes, is that a zero? Nope, that's the Stuka Loiter, I think. Yes. So nice pickup there. That Easy 8 going down is kind of a big deal. Does need to destroy the carcass. Might just run it over here. Yep. Nice. Panther on the chase here, definitely risky. We've seen lots and lots of mines from our allied players, so chasing with a Panther into the fog of war is very, very risky. If your opponent controlled an area, at a high level, you better assume they left behind some surprises for you. Panther's still on the hunt here. Does have that veterancy too, but needs to be really, really careful. Panzer Grenadiers in front to screen, getting a good hit there on the Easy 8. Rangers going to take a very favorable fight against this Panzer Grenadier. Uh-oh, don't forget about him. Stoss trooping being suppressed over here. Panzer Grenadiers, no! Are going to go down there. And both teams just losing a ton of units. It feels like so many units have gone down in this 2v2. Nice little flank here. Should see a satchel charge. He's going to remove that emplacement. I don't know if that one-shots it. It does. It does. Nice little pickup there. Another pack added on here for our US player. I love all these Fallschirmjäger. I'm pretty sure he also has infantry reserves.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
No, he did not go infantry reserves. Uh-oh. Really, really bad retreat path here. Those Panzer Grenadiers certainly dead. Grenadiers may also be dead. Man, it feels like if our German players had just left behind a couple mines this game. We've seen our allied players be so extremely aggressive, but on the back foot, it is really tough to do something like that. Second Panther on the way here. Blue player floating a ton of manpower and fuel, honestly. Wondering what he wants to do with that. But actually, I'm looking at Red Wings here, also floating a ton of manpower. Heading on another Hellcat. Does have the artillery. That got any kills? It's got one. We've been barraging the base. Yeah. Been barraging the base with that, looks like. Now, Double Panther does have a shot in this fight, especially if he gets the side armor like he's about to. Just needs to focus one tank down. Easy 8's responding. Hellcat also moving in. And an artillery barrage coming down as well. Nice snare on the Hellcat. Is going to pick up that tank. That's a big deal. Fallschirmjäger. Oh, no. Ivet Fallschirmjäger going down. That's the disadvantage of those Fallschirmjäger. They don't get any, like, damage reduction. They just get harder to hit bonuses. And when you're talking about splash damage from Easy 8s, that harder to hit doesn't really do anything. Nicely done by these Rangers. They picked up a flak and a pack. Yeah, and that flak is a little bit optimistic, to say the least. I mean, so the thing about... Uh-oh. Thing about the flak... Oh, no. Both these Panzers going to go down here. Uh-oh. Pack going down. That's going to be the end of the game, I think. Maybe not. German player's not going to surrender here, it looks like. Luftwaffe company on the way for our blue player. I don't know what he's planning on adding in there.
Pioneer infantry killed.
Yeah, what was I saying before those Panthers got absolutely ranched? Oh, yeah. The emplacements, I mean, so they're basically a discount because they can't move, but they're just so easy to flank or counter or barrage that there is no way they were going to work in this game. Yeah, I'd love to see these Easy 8s dive the base. Our German players are cooked. Those army compositions are not looking so good, and with a triple cap coming in, this is going to be the end. I am going to fast forward here just to not delay the inevitable here too much longer. You guys know me, I don't like to call games too early, but when you're driving tanks through your opponent's base, that's generally the end of the game. Just going to shell these buildings, and yeah, that's going to be the surrender there. So yeah, definitely a pretty standard game there from our players. Nothing too spectacular. I was hoping to get a little bit of a meme game from Red Wings, but that's okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next video. Hey, everybody. How you guys doing? Freddy Friendzone, dude. I love that name. That's awesome. That is an awesome name. Welcome. Thank you for the kind words. And Bambone. Yeah, Bambone, get out of here. Dude, I made the quarterfinals because I've had 2 buys. 2 buys, man. It's not good. You know, okay, quick rant. You ready? I mean, I get that people have like lives and they have to, I love to see a million signups for that tournament, but also I feel like we've had quite a few people dropping out. Actually, let me take a quick look. I wonder how many people have dropped out. I think it's at least 3, which is a little disappointing. I'm just disappointed. I'm not upset, Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. Okay, 5 disqualifications. So, yeah. What are you gonna do? Biggest tournament they've had, but the only reason I am annoyed is because it's overhead for the MetaPlays crew, right? They have to do some work to put on the tournament, and if people are dropping out, but then I got folks like you, right, that are that are going deep and playing your games, and that's awesome. So that's what we want. I would take 1 player joining the scene and 5 people dropping any day of the week. MP caches are goated in team games, especially when players building them can get them cheaper, like Krieg's, Espionage, or Air and Sea. Interesting. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I was playing with you, and you were like, yeah, build caches, and then we proceeded to call in like 17 win planes and ended up winning that. Nice. Did you win? I mean, I'm going to assume you won. I feel like you would have led with, I lost today, but it was fun. Or Krieg's even worth it in 1v1 if you can lock down a good point with Flak as well. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you think so? I've been very impressed with J Raptor. I feel like he's on a meteoric rise. Like he's right on the edge of breaking into that top echelon. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to your guys' game. It's gonna be good. Any good replays worth sharing? Also, isn't it like 4 in the morning for you? I guess it's probably only like midnight. All right. Let me out of here. You sent me 2 more games. You and J Raptor, man, you guys send me so many games. Not complaining. Round 3. Send me game 1 as well. Might be blind, but I'm only seeing... What's going on here? Did you attach the replay? Yeah. I can find it through those stats. I do want to check it out, so that's... I just needed to do 1 recording that was definitely going to go on YouTube today, because I don't have any games queued up. The far right, man. Second World War was fun. I've played all parts of the game since 2007. Are you talking about Company of Heroes? Or are you talking about just like World War II games in general? Where is... Here they are. Yeah, I don't think there's an attachment, but I can find you in co-stats. Let me just do that. Some replays going. What does the ITA on the end of your name stand for? I think you told me, but I don't remember. Oh, it's against Genius Malignus. Okay. Give me that replay. Italy. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I saw another ITA player today, and I was like, what does that mean? Cool. That in the right folder. All right, and I got to turn on the MetaPlays logo. Going to be over my face, which is fine. Turn off my face. There we go. All right, let's watch this game. Genius Malignus. And the elos are going to update here. Yep. And we got blue on the left. Oh, switch these, and then I'm going to switch these. Oh, it's not going to let... Oh, it is. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. All right, MetaPlays, logo, and elos are good. Let's do it. Hello and welcome to another Company of Heroes 3 game. My name is FancyJosh, and today I've got a game for you between Bambone, Wertherone as our Africa Corps. Oh god, hold up. We're gonna restart that. Funny thing is that the generation that played video games more often does not have a false idea about the ease of war. If you look at the statistics of the war in Ukraine, there is almost no generation younger than 1990. I am not sure what you mean. Are you saying that folks have, like, our generation understands the horror of war? Oh, get out of here, freaking... Yeah, ban that guy. Sorry, my auto mod caught something. Job auto mod. Yeah. It's not really political. He's just commenting on humanity a little bit. Yeah, that's one way to put it. All right, man, but I'm gonna focus on this game here. All right, you ready? We're gonna get going here. Let me turn this on. Bambone, could you spell your name phonetically for me? Is it Bambone Wertherone? Every time I say your name, I screw it up. Wertherone. We're gonna go with that, unless you tell me otherwise. Do me a favor, change your name in-game, and then I'll never get it wrong again. You know, just be like, the easy-to-say name. Just type, okay, Let me try that. That's a great idea, actually. I will put it in Google. Google. What does it mean? Well, I'm going to ask Google what it means, too. Is it like a swear word? From Italian. Oh, God. Verterone. Oh, my God, dude. Verterone. Was that even close? Verterone. Oh, my God. That is so much worse than I thought. Oh, no. Suffering of the young Werther. Werther? Verterone. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm really sorry. Okay, we're gonna get underway here. Sorry, folks. I just want to pronounce people's names correctly. Turns out it's impossible. All right, here we go. Hello and welcome to another Company of Heroes 3 game. My name is FancyJosh, and today I got a game for you between Banbone Verterone as our Africa Corps player, and his opponent today is going to be Genius Malignus as our US. And man, I just spent 3 minutes trying to get this name to pronounce correctly, and I'm 100% sure I got it wrong. So this game is from the MetaPlays Rising Star League tournament that's happening right now. And this, this is game... I'm not going to mention what game this is because I don't want to spoil the surprise for those on YouTube. I am not watching watching or casting every game from the series. I'm just watching and casting replays from players that submit their replays. If you have a replay from that tournament that you'd like to see, please let me know. Send it to my email, link in the description below. This is I am live on Twitch right now and YouTube. So if you're interested in catching these games live in the future, please come check me out. I have been posting my schedule on YouTube. And Genius Malignus opening with Armored Battle Group into Assault Engineers straight away. Very cool build. You see that Jeep as well to help get rid of this motorcycle. I really like the idea of opening with a Jeep because of the manpower bleed. I have recently seen just how strong that can be. Assault Engineers not going to do super well at long range here, so this motorcycle and Panzer Pioneer can take a favorable engagement, but actually getting a little close to those Assault Engineers does have to back away. And Panzer Grenadiers on the flank here. Going to get a nice little angle here in this heavy cover. And those Assault Engineers are going to need to close that gap if they want to get anything done. Jeep finding this 250. Now I think the 250 wins this fight, but the Jeep did get the first shots there, and with no infantry support, that 250 is going to have to get out of there by the looks of it. Assault Engineers now stuck in a bad spot, but are going to retreat. And things looking pretty good for our US player in terms of fuel. He's managed to control this fuel point for just, 30 seconds to a minute here, as opposed to our German player who has had control of just his own fuel. Not a huge difference, of course, but getting out to a little bit of an early lead here. Jeep coming in from behind. Going to get onto those Panzer Grenadiers. We see our German player focusing this rifleman because he knows this Jeep will just escape, and he needs to bleed manpower off this unit. Is going to force him back there. 250 coming back in, not repaired up at all. Panzer Grenadiers, though, supporting this 250 should make short work of that Jeep. And that's about what you'd expect. Motorbike repaired up, capturing territory. And very interesting, both players just focused hard on this bottom side. Wouldn't mind seeing some scouts roll up to the top side, which is exactly what we're seeing. Just get away from the combat, grab some territory, no big deal. And yeah, off to a little bit of an aggressive start here. Light support company on the way here for Banbone. And Panzer Grenadiers just going to jump in that house, scout out a little bit. Keep trying to get some cheeky damage on those repairing Panzer Grenadiers. Not going to happen. Motorbike grabbing territory. And both players just using their scout units to grab away what they can here. So assault engineers on this map is really interesting. I mean, so by showing these assault grenadiers, Bambone has information that his opponent is going for this mechanized or armored battle group, right? So Bambone should have in the back of his head that he's going to be seeing Easy 8's late game. He's also going to be seeing veteran weapon crew, veteran vehicles. So with all that in mind, can safely add on a little bit of anti-tank earlier than you might think. I do expect, yeah, I was going to say, I think we're going to see some early Panzerjägers, which is exactly what we're seeing. But at the same time, I mean, these assault engineers, you know, it's kind of a long-range map. You know, engagements tend to take place at about this distance, and assault engineers are not very good at this range. But they're a little bit tankier than your regular engineers. And with that flamethrower, might hop out of this building and get close. Not going to do it just yet. There it is. And those Panzer Grenadiers going to have to give up this position just a little bit. Mines coming down here for those Panzer Pioneers. Not sure if those assault engineers saw it. And German player just backing away. And this is what I'm talking about, right? He can take those long-range engagements pretty safely. I think that was a breach we just saw there. Panzer Grenadiers did give up the house. More riflemen coming. And that means our US player has grenades. Yes, he does. Panzerjäger's loaded up in the back of that vehicle. I wonder if we're going to see a dive on this Jeep if he figures out where it is. Kind of. Just going for that fuel on the bottom side while his units fight. That's a great use of that unit, right? Panzerjäger's not exactly effective against the units that Genius has on the field right now. So if he's able to capture up some territory, you're going to be feeling pretty good about that. Riflemen are going to escape. Well, maybe not. Taking some damage on their way out. Did manage to escape. This is not a spot these scouts want to be. Looks like he's just trying to deny this house, slow his opponent down. But now they're going to be retreating. Should escape. I say as they take big damage on their way out. Motorcycle helping to mark that unit. But fortunately for our US player, not taking any losses on his way out the door. And very interesting, our US player has taken the Vet 1 capture ability on this Jeep. So, going to be able to grab some fuel. And Panzerjäger's just grabbing that victory point. So, looks like our German player is going to manage to walk away with more than half of the territory here. Going to have all 3 victory points shortly, and definitely going to have 2 of the fuel points as well. So going to be feeling really, really good about that. But Rifleman quickly moving into this bottom area. Panzerjäger is going to have to give up this spot. Looks like he wants to sit on it as long as he can. And is going to manage to finish that capture. We're getting away. And more Panzerjägers added on here. So, having not seen any vehicles, a little bit risky to add on double Panzerjäger, but his sense is spot on. The US player is adding on has added on the motor pool here. But no vehicles yet, struggling a little bit for fuel. Let's see a Greyhound here. I mean, Chaffee's been incredibly popular recently. But, yeah, I don't know what the right add-on here is for our US player. See what he ends up wanting to do. You know, even an AT gun could be okay. So the reason I say that is because this map can get kind of campy through the middle as the game goes on. Oh, nice mine. Didn't manage to finish off that unit. And Genius floating a little bit of manpower here. Feels like he just needs to add something on, and based on this float, feels like it's going to be a Chaffee, and that's a dead Jeep here. Panzerjägers ought to hit this shot. Yes. Picking up that Jeep there. Nice little grab there. Motorcycle going to go down, though. So both players trading out their ultralight vehicles, and it is going to be a Greyhound. And still with the manpower left over to add on another unit. Oh no, assault engineers went down as well. Where'd those go down at? Yeah, just right here. And adding those assault engineers back on right away. So this Greyhound It's going to have a rough go of it here. It's going to come out, and it's going to be able to deal with these Panzer Grenadiers, but it's not going to drive them away quickly. And actually, Bambonek not finishing that capture there. Looks like he might have been a misclick there, but is going to finish the capture now. And this game is firmly in control of our Africa Corps player to start us off here. Med tent being added on. And this Greyhound is going to force back these units. Does need to be super careful. These Panzerjägers may just want to dive. And looks like that is what he's going to try to do. Thinking better of it, though. Yeah, and an AT... This is exactly what I mean when I say an AT gun would be good. Because it would drive away this flak. It would protect that Greyhound a little bit. Panzer Pioneers amazingly losing that fight to those scouts. Scout's going to grab back the fuel, but continuing to have his forward fuel denied. And look at these Panzerjägers just staging for a dive, man. Really, really thinking about it. Love to see him just move back one unit, grab that spot. Looks like he's going to move down instead. And a nice little pin in his base here. And I think this is kind of the result of... Well, first of all, we saw Genius drop a unit, but floating that manpower at this stage in the game to try and get this Greyhound out... Oh, okay, he's going to trade back this flak, though. Yeah, nice pickup there. That's really important, but here come the Panzerjägers. Are going to be screened off by the Riflemen. I don't think these Riflemen actually have a grenade-off cooldown, interestingly enough, but is going to bluff it. And just going to dive right onto these Panzer Grenadiers, driving them back. And okay. I mean, getting that flak back, very important here. Very, very important pickup there for a U.S. player. That's going to keep him in this game. Adding on an AT gun now. Scouts on a bad retreat here, being chased by those 250s. Saving grace here for our U.S. player is Panzerjägers aren't exactly good at dealing with infantry. And holy cow, Greyhound already veteran C2. I wonder what I would take. I think in this position I would consider taking capture. Panzerjägers bailing out of the unit, bailing out of the 250, both of them here, trying to close the gap. And there's some fighting happening elsewhere, isn't there? Scouts? Oh, man. Gotta be really, really careful there. And U.S. player finally going to get out of his base here. And all things considered, I mean, yeah, he's going to be way behind off of that. Way behind off of that fuel captured out front of his base. Because his whole game plan is to get fuel. And definitely going to be hurting after that. Here come the Panzer Grenadiers. And what is that? Is that a howitzer? Yes, it is. And Canone. Man, Reddit has been really, really upset with the existence of the Canone lately. Probably because it's super freaking good right now. Here come the Panzerjägers. Greyhound going to have to back away. Panzerjäger's going to chase. Doesn't want to trade out that 250. Well, might want to trade out the 250, but wouldn't recommend it. And Greyhound actually getting aggressive into those Jaegers. Jaeger's bailing out of the 250. Canone barraging. And not going to be able to trade anything back there. Panzer Pioneers holding it down. Scouts also trying to do something here. Riflemen moving in. Alright, so this Canone is going to be barraging the base here. Yep. So this med tent, not long for this world. Riflemen going to escape, though. Escape the Wrath. Only barely, though. And now they're considered in combat, so not going to heal up. Second Greyhound added on here, very interesting. So double Greyhound with capturing could give our U.S. player a ton of map presence. I don't think he's going to take the shotgun canisters because these double Panzerjägers going to make it really tough to dive into range where those canister shots can be good. AT grenade going to find this 250. Double retreat on the Panzerjägers. Greyhound's time to dive right now. Now, if he does have canister shot, this would be a great time to use it. But I don't think that he does. And this will be a nice little pickup on this 250. Flak was added back on, the flak for Ling. Dead 250 here. And Panzerjägers are going to escape. Love the idea there to dive while those units are on the retreat. And these riflemen in deep trouble here. Panzer Grenadiers added into the 250 here. We did see a grenade in the retreat path, but not able to connect. And Greyhounds could move over here to respond. Looks like he might have been thinking about doing that, but not going to. Scouts in a bad spot. Riflemen should make it out. Canone barraging the base, and these riflemen on the retreat, if they get an unlucky hit here, could be seriously bad news. But just going to pick up the med tent, and riflemen should be able to get out of there safely. And yeah, so this strategy, pretty darn oppressive. I mean, if you're dropping squad members in your base, it really, really does not feel good. We might see him add the med tent like over here, or maybe even forward, or just not re-add it. It's doing okay on manpower. And nice little... The direct fire on this Canone is just unbelievably good. Rifleman going to get picked up by the flak there. Canone getting a good hit as well, and that's a lot of manpower bleed. Greyhound's kind of sitting back here. Assault Engineers screening. Flak moving forward. Going to drive back these Assault Engineers probably. Double Greyhound trying to fight these units in the building. Not going to go super well for them. But good news for our U.S. players, he's got that repair point right there on that cutoff. So those Greyhounds going to be able to get repaired back up. Unus Malignus getting aggressive on the other side of the map. Just going to try and grab up some territory. Victory points looking really, really good for our German player right now. U.S. players down to 150. Going to have to focus victory points pretty much the rest of this game at the expense of resources, potentially. And remember how I was saying that I didn't know about that double Panzerjäger add-on? Well, he went for a third one, and he was absolutely right to. I mean, it is basically making it so these Greyhounds have to play extremely respectfully. Nicely done here, poking away. Bet 3 on that Greyhound, going to do some serious work for him. What's he get with that? 25% rate of fire, 5 range. 80 health. That's big against the that 80 health's big against the Panzerjägers. Does he have any vehicle upgrades? Does have the mechanized support. Doesn't have any of the mechanized support center upgrades that I'm seeing. Wouldn't mind seeing improvised armor. Improvised armor helps out a lot against those handheld. Well, it might only be Panzerfaust that it works against, but 20% increased armor never hurt anybody. Riflemen going to take some damage on their way out to that flak. Canone barraging the center here. And with so many Panzerjägers added on, I wonder if our U.S. player could do something like... Well, I don't even know. Chaffee up next. And this Chaffee's got its work cut out for him. He could pick up the flak with that. He's going to be feeling really darn good. More barrages coming down. And this is what I want to see these Greyhounds doing. Needs to get out in the wings, away from where the AT is, and just poke away at those units just hanging out by themselves. Oh no, Chaffee missing its first shot. Panzerjäger's kind of having to reposition. And that Chaffee giving away its presence here is a little bit annoying for our US player, especially when it misses that first shot. But nicely done here by Genius. Definitely focusing the victory points as he should be. And Browning rifles up next. That's, if you can get any sort of veterancy on these riflemen, that's going to be a big deal here. Look at that Panzerjäger blob. Wouldn't mind seeing those units split up a little bit. I mean, it looks like he wants to kill. Like, the whole point of this blob is to kill vehicles. And if he used the Panzerjägers as more of a deterrent, more of a containment for these Greyhounds, could go a long way. But 250 grabbing some more territory there. Resource cache going down. Where's that? Fuel? Okay. Love it. When you're floating manpower. And am I hearing like 6 million mines going down? Maybe just placing it a few different times. And yeah, this is what I like to see the Greyhound being used for. Just being annoying in the wings of the map. Picking up some manpower where he can. And if he gets the capture ability on this guy, he can grab that spot. And am I remembering that ability correctly? Now I have to look. I'm over here talking about capturing. Uh-oh. Panzerjäger's finding the Chaffee. Oh, man. That UN going down. Yeah, Raider. Yeah, so he can... Oh, you can decapture with it. That's what it is. Yep. And he does have that, so... Like that idea. Rifleman getting in a fight with these Panzer Pioneers. Gonna win that. Scouts did manage to grab up the middle. He's using that poured on him ability. Oh my god, this... Oh! That could have been a freaking disaster there. That barrage hitting that mine could have damaged that Greyhound. I think it was a German mine, though. So maybe the barrage was a blessing in disguise. Greyhound finding this cache. And the artillery plus... Is that a smoke? That was a glitchy smoke. Uh-oh. Black in a bad spot. Where the Panzerjäger? Being screened off by the Rifleman. This is huge. He's going to get that. Oh, he did get it right at the last second there. Nice pickup. 250 not able to get anything done. Barrage going to dissuade those Riflemen from chasing. Threatening AT grenades. Here come the assault engineers on the side. Didn't get the cache. Did get the flak. That's a big deal. And yeah, this Greyhound going to decapture. Does spot this mine. Attack ground. Not going to do it. Doesn't see it there. Oh, assault engineer! Oh my god, at the last possible second there, getting picked up. Smoke being popped by those retreating scouts.
Defend our victory point. We're losing it.
So, there is a world where a US player gets recovery vehicles and picks up... Well, I was going to say that flak carcass, but nope. It's dead. Attacking ground there. Just trying to pick away at those Panzer Grenadiers. Any manpower bleed he can get with these vehicles is important. Ambo doing okay on manpower regardless. And what a scary little set of Panzerjägers that is. Looks like a Panzerjäger did go down to those Riflemen on their way out. So both players trading some units back and forth, but this P3 going to run the table here. Our US player does not have an answer. Got some soft answers in the form of AT grenades, but not really. I mean, it's basically going to shut down what these Greyhounds want to do. Rifleman, we found out here. Just trying to finish this decapture, but I don't think it's worth it. On a bad retreat path now, going to drop some more models on their way out. This P3 might even chase here a little bit. Yep, is going to chase him there. Panzerjäger's trying to get something done, but not going to happen. Rifleman pushing into this Panzer Grenadier in the house. Trying to breach. Oh my god. That breach into instant jump into building is a balancing thing, but boy does it look goofy. Double grenade on the door there. Not going to find that unit on his way out. Now, US player did manage to capture this cutoff point, denying his opponent that fuel. But things are looking pretty good for our German players still. With that tech advantage. AT gun added on here.
They've captured a victory point.
Yeah, fuel has been tough for our US player. Oh my god, look at those barrages. Have been hurting our US player all game long. This fresh AT gun gonna eat it a little bit there, but it's just gonna heal back up. Might have to repair his base a little bit there. Doesn't really want to add on another assault engineer at this stage, but may have to do so. Panzer III finding these Greyhounds. And that Vet 2 Greyhound in deep trouble here. One more shot. Not going to be enough. Not quite. And now this Vet 3 Greyhound getting aggressive. Trying to get all that side armor, but going to bounce here. Here come the Riflemen to save the day. And I can't believe how many penetrations that Greyhound just got. That's a US mine there. Oh my god, that would have been huge if it had connected with that Panzer III. Not quite going to happen though. Panzer Pioneers should make it out. 250 being driven off by the Is that a Greyhound shooting him? Oh, it's the AT gun there. I didn't see him. And Vet 2 Rifleman gonna go down. Uh-oh. That's not a squad he can afford to lose. Oh, no, and they're gonna steal the bar. Oh, my God. Disaster. Here come the Greyhounds. Might trade back the wipe. That'd be a really big pickup. That Vet 3 Panzer Grenadier would be a really nice pickup for our U.S. player. Is going to get him. More riflemen in the area. Just trading some units back and forth. AT grenade not going to connect. Holy cow, action back and forth here. This Greyhound's in like a extended 3-minute fight there. Love to see one of these Greyhounds go decapture something. But U.S. player is going to walk away with control here. Rifleman being added back on. Does have the manpower for it. I was about to say I'm not sure I agree with that, but he just needs units here. I'm thinking AT gun or more riflemen. And if he can hold down just a little bit longer, he does have Easy 8s in his future. Wait, did he go for the call-in? Went for the recovery vehicle? You know, they changed up this tree, and I just don't know what it does anymore. Yeah, okay, so not going for the Easy 8s. Does have the War Machine instead. Very interesting. The War Machine, I think, is it PopCap? Okay, now I gotta look that up as well. While these riflemen grab up the center territory here. Manpower cost of vehicles by 20%. Okay. So wanting to add on a whole bunch of vehicles, I guess? AT gun in a favorable fight here, but here comes the 2nd Panzer III, and this AT gun is flanked. And that is really, really bad for our U.S. player. They're going to drop the AT gun, might even get it stolen away. Does have a 250 to tow this AT gun, potentially. Greyhound's trying to do their best to hold back the units here, and here comes the tow. There are riflemen there. Going to toss an AT grenade to stop this tow from happening. And should be able to get that 250. Panzer III is trying to recover its retreat. Uh-oh. 250 going down. Greyhound barely going to escape there. Rifleman trying to get an AT grenade. And what a freaking fight here for our U.S. player. Barely holding on. Barely holding on to control of that AT gun. Wow. And, geez, these these Greyhounds have had their butts absolutely kicked this entire game. AT gun is going to be destroyed by our German player after being unable to steal it. Scouts grabbing up some territory on this top side. Wow. Yeah. Things looking really, really good for our German player. I cannot believe how often this Greyhound has penetrated. It has done so much freaking damage to those P3s. Stun grenade there in the advancing rifleman. Panzer III is going to put a stop to that. And a Chaffee up next here for a U.S. player. I think that's kind of the stage he's at. I mean, he doesn't need to tech up for the Easy 8s. He just needs a quick answer to these P3s to even stay in this game. Greyhounds, oh my god, they do so much freaking damage. How? How are these Greyhounds winning this? I can't believe how well they're doing. Chaffee wanting to get something done there, but not going to be able to. Panzer III's on the retreat. Riflemen moving into the victory points. German grabbing this top victory point. There is a scout moving towards the middle. Nothing from our German player to resist. It's Greyhounds on the hunt. On the hunt here. 3rd Panzer III on the field. Hunting still. Not going to find him, though. And I wonder if he took the see the units in fog of war. I can't remember what that's called. Let's take a quick look. Doesn't have anything. Vehicle detection would have been freaking huge there, but of course he's not in range to see it. Chaffee going to force back the P3. Rifleman grabbing the point. Smoke being used. Oh no, Panzerjägers. What'd they get? Oh, they didn't get anything. I thought they destroyed it, but it was just a pickup truck going down, folks. No need to panic. And Greyhound going to help drive back those Panzerjägers. Panzer Grenadiers managing to grab this point. Uh-oh, get out of the building. That building is not long for this world. AT guns setting up. Chaffee looking to dive, maybe? I don't think that's a fight that Chaffee wins. Dude, another miss by the Chaffee. AT gun's in a bad spot now. Panzer III's on the flank. He's gonna hold on to it. AT grenade from behind. Not gonna happen. Chaffee's still just getting absolutely wrecked by those Panzerjägers. Panzer III's thinking about potentially diving here. Chaffee going down. Uh-oh. Yep. And, you know, our US player just holding on by a thread for the last 20 minutes, it feels like. I mean, these Greyhounds have done an unbelievable amount of work. 23 kills on that guy, 8 on this one. 200 fuel float, but really doesn't have the manpower to get a whole lot done. Gonna add on another Chaffee, and German player capturing this center point. US player paying him back with those scouts. Yeah, I mean, if our US player had wiped one of these Panzer IIIs, I think that there was a path back into this game. But he's just dropped so many units over the course of this game that it's been an uphill battle the whole time. The German player doesn't have... Does he have vehicle capturing? No. Yeah, that could be the real nail in the coffin there. But... just spamming out these P3s. Doesn't really need much of anything to stay in this game. Barrage coming down. These riflemen have constantly been finding nice little angles to get in behind these tanks here. Love to see it. Panzer Pioneers putting down another mine. I heard a mine being placed, but looks like it might have gotten canceled. Remind me to look at freaking Greyhound damage done after this game. It's going to be in the thousands. It's going to be a lot of freaking damage. AT gun getting a good connection there. Panzerjägers just getting chunked by this Greyhound. Chaffee dueling with a Panzer III. You know, if our US player had gotten like a critical mass of Chaffee, this game would be looking completely different. Does have the manpower for another Chaffee here, but German player gonna grab this middle point. Oh! And the Canone doing some damage on that unit's way out. T-gun trying its best, but surely there's no way our US player takes this point back, right? I mean, I guess that Greyhound's gonna go decapture the top side. Dude, freaking Genius Malignus holding on by a thread all game long. Panzer Grenadiers closing in with these Vet 3 scouts. Barrage coming down from the Canone, trying to stand on the point here. Building finally being destroyed. And that's the version where you can stand in it. So this is open field here, but this is green cover. And players can see through it. That's going to change the dynamic of this area for sure. U.S. players kind of been both players been playing hide and seek around that point, around that building. And does finally have the capturing on his vehicles. That survival package. Scouts going down in the base. Oh, rude. Bambone, rude. Going for this med tent once again. How many kills does Canone have? Bet 2. 31 kills. Oh, man, that is so much bleed. Not the Greyhound. And you know what? Really, really well played by our U.S. player. I mean, he has been holding on by a thread all freaking game. Getting a lot done with not a lot of resources. So, good on him, staying in this game. And that's what you should do, right? It's a tournament game. Despite getting totally losing so many units, just hanging on. Chaffee's going to clean up a Panzer III, but I think that's going to be too little too late. Just there's not enough health on this Chaffee to get anything done. AT gun trying its best to help out. Chaffee going to dive, getting another good hit, but going to lose this Chaffee in return. Oh, not even going to get him. Oh, no. Greyhound's still alive. MVPs. Just going to try and hold back the Panzerjägers. But single cap coming in, double cap going to finish up here. Greyhound going to that top side to deny. Panzerjäger's not actually able to finish this capture. And, okay, I mean, it's still a slow bleed. But look at that army tab, man. Look at both players' army tabs. Holy cow. We've seen Panzerjägers going down all over the place. P3s went down. Chaffees went down. This game has been a bloodbath. Finally, Vet 3 on this unit here. Dude, imagine like one extra Chaffee this game not being destroyed. Or one extra Panzer 3 going down. This could be a completely different game. And the GG's going to come out here at the end. And a nice little game there. Let's take a quick look at damage done by this Greyhound, because it's going to be crazy. Yeah, 5,000 damage. And 2,000 of vehicles. Holy cow. That is a very efficient Greyhound. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Definitely check out the Meta Plays tournament. There's going to be a lot more games to come. And thanks for watching. Hey, guys. All right, let me take a quick look here. This is where the pathing stole my flak. Oh, you had bad pathing on that flak. I think he didn't have enough fuel and VPs to tech up, so he stayed on motor pool, thus the War Machine to make Chaffee cheaper. Yeah, that's a good point. He almost made it work too, man. Like, I know that game looked like a really dominant U.S. victory, but I think that I don't know. That game was a nice edge, despite all appearances, in my opinion. Seriously, dude, the Greyhounds had no business penning Panzers from the front. I mean, yeah, there was like no they didn't have any bonuses, right? They don't have any pen bonuses. And they were freaking penetrating so many shots. That was crazy. That was a crazy game. I love games like that where you see like weird uses of the battle groups. Turn on my camera here. Yeah. Very close game despite all appearances, if you ask me. YouTube viewer saying based night stream for the EU cells. Man, I need to make this text bigger on YouTube. It's so far away from my face, but I can't make it bigger. All right, we're going to do this instead. Just some screens here a little bit. A little Harpush? Oh my god, I can't. I'm sorry, man. It's not you, it's me. I can't read that. Yeah, GG coming out. He could have turned around if my P-Jäger blob wouldn't have sniped 2 Chaffies. Yeah, I mean, you had some nice stealth ambushes too from what I saw. I didn't get to talk about them while the game was happening, but did manage to clutch up a couple kills there. Yeah, thanks for sending that replay in. Good luck against J-Raptor. I'm really looking forward to that one. I probably won't cast that. I need to save some replays for Olvadi and the Meta Plays crew. And I'm going to ask for permission to post that one to YouTube before I do it. So, yeah, and just so you guys know, I am going to be casting with some of the Metaplay folks. I don't know who else is participating, but this weekend, so I'll be casting on Sunday. And I think that's the end of the tournament this Sunday, isn't it? Right before the patch. Let me check the schedule. Let me check the schedule. What do we got? What do we got? Yeah, this weekend. No, next weekend. What are we watching? Darth Mielis, we were watching the a Metaplays replay from Bambone And now we're going to check something else out. You got a replay for me, Darth Mielis, or what? Come on, send me something. I'm Dirt over on YouTube. Welcome. Glad you managed to catch me live. Good to have you. Watching. Okay, where? You could, well, if you got one, I'll just go on CoStats and download it. But if you can also send it to my email, which is in all my YouTube videos. Why don't you just tell me what game to look at? I'll go on CoStats. Hello, everyone. Darth Meowlis. Dude, I love your profile picture. That's great. I'm assuming it's AI, but it's sick. Team. Here we go. Recent matches from Darth Meowlis. Let's get in there. Actually, I need to fix something over. Fixed. We fixed it. It's a cool emote. I'm Dirt. Astana. Yeah, last game. Okay. Is this just from the ladder? Darth Meowlis. I only ask because I have to. If I'm casting meta plays, I gotta get permission. Ladder. Okay, great. Let me pull up. Got too many windows, man. Too many windows. Yep. Put this in the replays folder and give it a watch. Stana. Okay, before we get into this game, you guys want to hear something dumb? I've been grinding out the accolades a little bit, and boy, some of them are freaking brutal to get done. One of the Africa Corps ones is like recover an enemy vehicle and then wipe 10 squads with it. It's freaking impossible, man. Don't ask me why I'm grinding it. I don't know. All right. I am going to take a very short break before we get into this replay. So apologies, folks. This game was the definition of pain. Oh, I'm liking that. Hopefully what you're saying to me is a lot of squads and a lot of units went down, because that's my type of game. Scrappy. All right. I will be right back. 2 seconds, guys. Hello, hello. Yeah, I am also talking to Twitch chat. I'm Dirt. Yeah, I don't know how to, like... I wish I could unite you guys. A quick question. Is anybody getting ads? Like, do you guys get ads on any of my content? Like, YouTube or Twitch? I'd be surprised if you do. I just went through some, like, monetization stuff. But I'm not, like, a partner on any of the platforms, so... I don't want you to get ads, is really what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I'm Dirt. You probably... Yeah, YouTube Premium will definitely do that. But even if... Yeah, I'd be curious even if you didn't have it, so... Alright. Well... let's check out this game from Darth Mialis. Freshly played on the ladder. And Alterer saying, suffer for me on Twitch. Yeah, right. Yeah, and I'll try to read out what folks are saying on both platforms so everybody can, you can kind of be up to date. So, sorry about that. All right, let's turn off the camera because we're putting this on YouTube. And here we go. Hello and welcome to another Company of Heroes 3 game. My name is FancyJosh, and today I've got a game for you between Stana as our Africa Corps, and his opponent today is going to be Darth Mialis as our British. Map today is going to be Twin Beaches. Been seeing some good meta plays games on the ladder featuring this map. That was not a sentence that I put together very well, but that's okay. And, I've been seeing some different strategies on this map. I mean, you'll definitely see a lot of fighting over this top fuel point in the early game, but it feels like players have just been fighting over this. And I've cast a couple games, and I played one myself, and it was the same style, so not sure if anything's changed, but it's a bloodbath for that top point, and we'll see if there's more of that this game. Now, Darth Mialis opening with a dingo first. That is very unusual. And this dingo is got one job and one job only, and it's kill that motorcycle. And might be able to hear the motorcycle in the fog of war, and is going to chase here. Looks like Stana's aware of it. He's going to run away. So this is a cool little idea here. Just going to deny capturing power to our German player. Going to force these Panzer Pioneers to come down and capture that fuel instead, and we do see this dingo kind of mirroring, just watch him on the map there, mirroring the movements of this motorcycle, and is going to get another fight here. So very cool. We do see double Panzer Pioneer opening, so this is a unique build for both players, really. You don't typically see double Panzer Pioneer. Curious what he has in mind for that unit. Hasn't picked a battle group, not that they really synergize with any of the battle groups in particular. I guess, well, he doesn't have it. I was going to say the... Oh, God, I can't even remember the battle group that has the elephant. But not going to see that. Now, 250. Loading up these Panzer Pioneers. This dingo is just hunting vehicles, man. It's just going to be a lot of this. And despite this vehicle, Stana managing to, well, I was going to say capture some territory, but this is actually a really weird early state to this game. Now, dingo kind of in a bad spot here. Being focused down by 3 units. Probably doesn't want to chase their motorcycle thinking about it, but is going to have to back away as that infantry section comes into view there. And now this 250's got to be really careful here. This dingo is definitely still a kill threat. And both players just kind of slink away from each other here, and should see the map balance out here a little bit. So I think it's a munitions advantage. Oh, was that an early mine? Oh my god, early mine there. Royal Engineers going to pick up a model. And despite the appearance of this map, I think it's actually going to shake out relatively even in terms of resources right up until the moment that this infantry section is able to capture this fuel. A slight munitions advantage for Darth Mialis, but probably not going to make a huge impact on this game. He's going to drive back that motorcycle, just creeping into that light cover on the side of that crater. And here comes the repaired up 250. Very early assault grenadiers here for Stana. What's this unit debuffed by? What is that? It's not going to show me because there's 2 units together. Sad day. 3 section. Oh man, motorcycle almost going down there. Assault grens in a weird spot here. Kind of caught out in the open, not really charging any unit. Gonna smoke off something. Definitely smoking something. This 250 is gonna grab this fuel. But German player still not controlling his high-value munitions on the top side. And platoon command post on the way already. Grenades. Maybe trying to catch that dingo as he creeped in there. Not gonna happen. And, wow, these assault grens not at a good spot there. Going to have to bail out. Dingo going to chase. Shouldn't get anything done here. Fire support elements on the way. And I wonder if this game's going to turn into a normal build at some point here. And we do see the triple infantry sections. So pretty standard there. This 250 still managing to control this fuel. So all things considered, fuel advantage for our German player and a munitions advantage for our British player, but as I say, that infantry section is going to get onto that critical cutoff point just out front of our German player's base. And boys' rifles added on here, driving back this 250. Shouldn't get him here. And he's going to barely escape there. Very low health Panzer Pioneer going to barely escape. Assault Grens closing the gap here. Dingo doing its best. And those Assault Grens, I don't know how well they do against the armor of the Dingo, but I'm about to find out. And they do okay. Motorcycle is still trying to help out here. But I don't think that's a fight those Assault Grens win. Just going to bleed a little bit of manpower, and British player going to finish the capture on that munitions top side. And this game has been extremely aggressive. Both players getting in each other's faces. Combat half-tracks here for Stana. And a Humber armor car on the way for Darth Mialis. So the brawls are going to continue. I mean, these two units going at it's going to be crazy. Dingo getting healed up on that top side. Royal Engineers are going to finish that capture. This combat half-track is hunting. You might hear him in the fog of war. Both players can hear each other in the fog of war here. Probably. If they're looking in the right spot, they definitely can. Combat half-track. Going to be found out by this Humber armored car. Look at that sweet skin. I love the Desert Rose skin, man. Uh-oh, combat half-track in a bad spot. Backing into the Humber armored car. Going to bail out there. Panzerjäger's here just in time. Humber's going to go down. Combat half-track going to be traded out. And now this Dingo in a bad spot. This 250 ought to get him. Yep, that's a dead Dingo, and that's a little bit of a disaster for our British player. I mean, trading a 250 for a Dingo and a Humber. I mean, that Dingo wasn't long for this world anyway, and did pick up a combat half-track, so a little bit of munitions. Smoke popped there to help this guy escape. Is he going to get out? Oh, no! Yeah, that smoke just saved that unit's life, I'm pretty sure. Delayed his opponent just long enough. Panzer Pioneers decapping there. And already, thank you to Darth Mialis for sending me this game. I love the messy games, you know it. Just for those of you watching this on YouTube, this is being streamed live on both YouTube and Twitch. And Darth Mialis suggested this game to me, so hope you guys enjoy. I know I am. So Flakverling being added on here. Darth Mialis does have decent amount of fuel and manpower. I think we saw him upgrading Stuarts. Yep. We're going to see some Stuarts here. But there is going to be a window of time where this Flakverling can dominate. Both players respecting each other there. Boys' rifles do pretty well against the Flakverling. But going to get suppressed there. But with no infantry support, this is definitely a risky fight for the Flakverling. Panzerjäger's going to grab up some territory on the top side. And Royal Engineer's going to grab this victory point. How we look in victory points? Very even. Both players seemingly uncaring. Flakverling going to get repaired up here. And Panzer Pioneer's just going to try and grab away this munitions. So, there's the Stuart. Salkran's going to grab up this fuel. And it feels like our German player's been behind on fuel most of this game. But still managing to make it work. Especially picking up that Humber was freaking huge. In terms of stalling his opponent. We do see another combat half-track. 259 being upgraded here. But fuel being stolen away by these British units on the bottom side. Flakverling gonna move in and try and stop that from happening. Looks like that 259 is also on his way down. So gonna be a brawl here on the bottom side for sure. Stuart also moving down. And that Stuart could be freaking huge here. There are the Panzerjägers in the back of this 259, but isn't going to be able to, like, chase here. He's just going to chase that infantry. This is a dead Flakverling for sure. Might be trading back some infantry. potentially bailing out there. A nice little pickup here by our British player. Panzerjäger's ready for this push, though. Combat half-track hiding away in the shadows. And our British player really wants that kill, but no way that happens. And these Panzer Pioneer's going to jump in the back here, increase the fire rate of this unit. And is going to drive back that squad. And, okay, Polish Lancers, let's go. So, this battle group... Is this the first time I've cast one? Okay, so I think I've cast this battle group before in a 1v1, but it ended up being a dud of a game. So this is very cool here. Polish Cavalry battle group, adding on these Polish Lancers. You know what? I cast a game, but I didn't upload it to YouTube is what happened. It was in one of my Twitch streams. We were talking about this unit. It's really good, but only if you're not bleeding manpower with it, because it's effective against infantry and vehicles. And I found that these guys fire their anti-tank rifles so freaking fast. But this Panzer III hitting the field here. Oh, it's not a Panzer III, it's a Flame Panzer. Let's go, dude. All right, well, these Polish Lancers, I don't think that's a fight they do well in, despite their anti-vehicle capabilities. Oh my god, what is that bounce off the rear armor, rear side armor of that Flame Panzer? Brengun's trying to take a favorable fight at range. Salkren's gonna try and close the gap there. Flame Panzer moving to the top side. And Assaultgrens are in behind this these infantry sections, but I'm not sure that's a fight they want. Here comes the Flame Panzer. Gonna tank some shots from those boys' rifles. Here comes the Stuart. Does have the crit ability. Yeah, is gonna be used there. Yep, there's the crit there, and that's a dead Flame Panzer. Nice pickup here. Very risky to have this unit by itself, and is gonna get punished. Stana floating a bit of manpower here. And I love to see this armored support battle group. You hardly ever see it. Hardly ever see it from the Afrika Korps players, especially these days with the popularity of the Canone and the Gustatori. Nice little mine there. Gonna stall those units. Panzer Pioneers getting a forward mine there. Might be heard there. We've seen both players checking each other in the fog of war, so very good chance that our British player heard that mine going down. What's this? Oh, he's recovering a man there. What's that ability called? No man left behind. Recovering some manpower in the field. Very cool. Stuart gonna chase these Panzerjägers on a bad retreat path here. Might even go down to the Stuart, but here comes the second Panzerjäger squad. If he can trade back this Stuart, that'd be really, really big. I don't think he's gonna get him though. 250 being forced off. And those Panzerjägers trying their best, but not gonna happen. But look at this map, man. Stana making moves here on the bottom side, just grabbing up some territory while this fighting is happening. Salkren's going to try and close with those Lancers. Early retreat there. This is what I'm talking about. Trying not to bleed manpower as he hits a mine. But another Flame Panzer added on here. Going to close in, force those infantry section back. Salkren's here to support this time. And those Assaultgrens going to rip those Royal Engineers to shreds. There's a 6-pounder here. Is going to have an angle. Might see another crit shot on this Flame Panzer. Once again, diving on the infantry. Uh-oh, that's a dead tank. Oh my god, a second dead Flame Panzer in like 3 minutes here. Salkren's trying to close with a 6-pounder. Panzerjägers somewhere. Not really close enough to get anything done. The Stuart trapped a little bit by this tank carcass. Salkren's are closing the gap there. And this Canone, or excuse me, 259 just closing in, doing all sorts of work. But did that 6-pounder live? Where's the 6-pounder? Yeah, he lived. And, okay, this game is going to be a freaking bloodbath. We do see infantry training added on for Darth Mielis. Has quite a bit of fuel in the bank. Polish cavalry doing a number on that 250. Seeing a salvage come in, but I think the Polish cavalry are going to be able to stop this from happening, right? They're focusing the Panzer Pioneers. Yep. And that's going to be a dead tank carcass, which is a weird sentence to say. That tank is so dead it's dead twice. And wow, these guys are doing some serious work this game. Every time I try to use this unit, I get absolutely destroyed, but I'm also terrible at unit preservation. But I think it's more than unit preservation with that guy. You really got to not bleed that many squad members because they're so freaking expensive. 259 covering for these repairing Panzerjägers. They don't really want to be there. Saltgren's moving in. Heavy machine gun up next for Stana. Interesting choice. Feeling a little bit oppressed by the infantry and looking for a way to contain them. 6-pounder moving forward to drive back those 250s there. And this game is looking pretty good for Darth Mielis right now. Stana bleeding 2 of those tanks. How much do those guys cost? It's not going to tell me here, is it? No, I'm going to have to switch views here. Let me quickly do that. 65 fuel, 300 manpower, so pretty significant advancement. I mean, the good news for Stana is he's been ahead on fuel, but manpower-wise, that is freaking painful. And I'm wondering what's up next for Darth Mielis. Got quite a bit of manpower floating here. Tell me we're going to see Fireflies. I have yet to see a Firefly in a 1v1, and another Flame Panzer. Okay, grenades up next for Darth Mielis, and he's going to go up to the company command post here, so we are going to see some medium tanks by the looks of it. Stewart on this top side. Nicely done keeping this unit alive. Very difficult to do that sometimes against those Panzerjägers. 6-pounder in kind of a weird spot. Flame Panzer also pushing. Oh, this is really good here. I think this is really good for our German player. He's going to pick up this AT gun. Gonna lose the 250, not a big deal. If he can steal that AT gun, that'd be freaking huge. Other 6-pounder is gonna rotate. Looks like he wants to destroy the 6-pounder instead. And Assaultgren's leading the charge on this 6-pounder, is gonna destroy it with some grenades. But the Stewart on the flank there, and might be able to live. Oh my god, bunch of 6-pounders going down. If these Panzerjägers get this Stewart, Assaultgren's on the Polish. Looks like those Polish Lancers are going to hold them back here. More British infantry on the side here. Going to throw down an AT grenade on this 250. Not going to be able to clean him up. Royal Engineer should escape there. 6-pounder is going to be screened off. And it looks like he was trying to recover some manpower there, but I actually think they take increased damage when they're doing that. More infantry. This 6-pounder is in trouble. I'd love to see our German player steal it, but it looks like he's going to destroy it. Both players are going to destroy it here. Yeah, and I guess our German player wasn't going to be able to secure that for sure. Stun grenade here on the Polish Lancers. Not going to connect. And just going to poke each other at long range there. So we have a game here, folks. I mean, losing 2 6-pounders is really, really expensive. Flame Panzer managed to live there. Polish Lancers getting some free manpower back. And just going to destroy some carcasses here. Sure his opponent can't recover anything. And we do see the enhanced recovery. What's that called? Salvage kits. I think it just lets them recover wrecks faster. It doesn't, like, give them an extra ability. By the way, chat, please correct me on that. Or comments, please correct me on that if I'm wrong. Again, I barely ever see this battle group. At least at a high level. Both these battle groups. Alright, what is this silhouette? It looks like a Crusader. Yep. Crusader up next. I like Crusader on this map. I mean, if you're going to use a Matilda, you kind of have to use it right through the middle here. But Crusader can kind of get out into the wings. See how he wants to end up using it. Both players have just been brawling over this top side. We've seen moves being made on that bottom side, but all the fights feels like have been taking place on this top side. Flame Panzer are going to find 3 infantry sections, going to eat 1 AT grenade. Just a cruise shock there, no snare. Bravely going back in again. I mean, he did just destroy all the AT guns, so I'm going to understand where this bravado is coming from. Assaultgren's just going to chill, be content to chill at long range. Here comes the Crusader in the top side there. And is going to get the snare on this tank. Boys rifles should get some favorable engagements. A Vet 3 Stewart there. Another AT grenade. Crusader not diving. Not even helping with this fight at all. And another flame panzer. Okay. So, yeah, these AT guns all of a sudden, maybe not the best idea. But does have the manpower, so don't mind him adding that on. Double flame panzer. Oh my god, the bounce shots, dude. How about just bounce everything? And Crusader. Oh god, how many bounces are we going to see? That was like 5 in a row. Another bounce from the Crusader. Polish trying their best. Flame Panzer is going to finally have to give up the position. Panzerjäger's poking away here. But actually not doing a whole lot against this medium armor. And now that Panzerjäger's in deep trouble here, is going to chase with the support of that 6-pounder. Did manage to pick up that Panzerjäger. That's kind of important there. Heavy machine gun all by his lonesome, grabbing all sorts of territory on that bottom side. But here comes the Stuart. Can you get the Flame Panzer? One more hit is going to get him with that crit, and nice takedown there. This unit fires so fast at Veteran C3. Rate of fire, 40 damage to vehicles. No wonder he's chunking these units. And this Crusader diving deep on this Flame Panzer. Doesn't look like he's going to get it done. Pack gun facing the wrong way, but is going to reface. Can you get some shots through the hedge here? Attack ground, maybe? Not going to happen. Oh my god, the Stuart. Once again, picking up another kill. 12 kills on this guy. 6 vehicles. That Stuart has 6 vehicle kills. Nicely done, destroying that tank wreck. I mean, German player controlling this bottom side while all this is happening. I mean, victory points are so high right now for both players. It barely matters that he's got a triple cap coming down. Flame Panzer not able to get out of the base here. Feels like we're having a little bit of a sound glitch there, just cooking constantly. Panzerjäger's trying to screen here. 6-pounder going to move forward. I don't think our German player wants this fight. Like, this is not a fight you want. Yeah, Flame Panzer, we're having a little bit of an audio glitch there. Sorry about that. Just constantly on fire. But this heavy machine gun has capped this entire side of the map while all this has been happening, which is crazy. Flame Panzer getting aggressive here. Gonna find some infantry, gonna eat a couple AT grenades, so another snare coming down. 6-pounder and tanks not moving to capitalize. Assault Gren's closing the gap there. 6-pounder is set up here and in range, just needs to spot. But doesn't know it, of course. So not going to be able to finish off. Oh, is. Firing into the fog of war there. Managing to get a connection, but not able to finish him off there. Panzer Pioneers poking their heads out, but not a place they want to be. Crusader, second Crusader on the field here, so things are looking really, really good here for our British player. I mean, our German player has bled so much fuel from those Flame Panzers, and does have another one on the field. Tell me the Stuart is going down here. No freaking way! Okay, he lived. Assault Gren's dropping to the Crusaders, but these Panzerjägers might get another Crusader. Another tank kill would be freaking huge. Is gonna get him. Oh my god, this game is a freaking bloodbath. Do me a favor, British player. Kill this Flame Panzer so I don't have to hear the audio glitch anymore. Good lord. I feel like I haven't had a moment to breathe here. British player's been trapping his opponent in his base, and he's getting behind the AT gun. Polish Lancer's trying to help out. Crusader going to be there as well. Pack gun helping against the Crusader. This is a dead Flame Panzer. Might be a dead... The heavy machine gun from behind might be able to pick up this AT gun. Flame Panzer finally going down. I think that was the glitched one. AT gun getting more connections on the Crusader. And foot guard on the way. Oh my god, this game has been insane. This game has been insane. 6-pounder going to be destroyed there, looks like, by the pack gun. Heavy machine gun on the retreat. Panzer Pioneers moving in. Looks like both players might have tried to destroy that. This Vet 3's got to go. Get out of there, Polish Lancer. No. No. Tell me he sees that. Okay. Whew. It's a close one. Okay, dude. All these tank carcasses being destroyed. Needs to deny those units. Deny the salvages to our German player for sure. So much manpower and fuel to be had. And even in death, this thing is gonna be sound glitched. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, folks. Okay, quick check-in here. I mean, while all that was happening, our British player was behind on victory points, so continuing to bleed. This tank carcass is going to be destroyed here. Really great discipline here from our British player, making sure to destroy every wreck that he can. Looks like our British player, or German player, is going to find one wreck, which is good for him. Flame Panzer moving out of base. Another Crusader on the way. I mean, where does how does Stana get out of this build? I mean, I guess he doesn't want to, but it's just like, if the Flame Panzers are not an endgame unit that I know of. So, did finally manage to recover that wreck. That's a really big deal. Mechanized company on the way. What the heck is that for? What is that mechanized company for? There's no wrecks to salvage. I don't know. I mean, maybe a Stug? I say that every time a Africa Corps player goes for the back text to mechanized company, I'm like, what the heck is that even for? Okay, gonna cancel it. What's he gonna do instead? Tell me it's a Panzer company. Nope, it's another Flame Panzer. Okay. Sure. Dude's going up against Crusaders. He's like, Flame Panzer's all I need, man. Alright, these Polish Lancers doing pretty well here, despite the Flame Panzer. Oh my god, that guy's dead. Is he gonna live? No way. I mean, German player stuck in his base in a big way, and British player is tightening the noose here. I mean, that last fight, for the entire duration, Stana had control of victory points and fuel, but this time it's different. Our German player does not have control of any of his resources right now, so is going to have to bust out here. Here comes a Flame Panzer to deal with this foot guard, and I don't actually know who wins that fight. Vet 1 on those. Vet 1 doing okay. Lots of bounces off that front armor. Crusaders being pretty passive here. So many bounces this game, man. You know, I need to look at the armor of this unit. Is it going to tell me? 150. That's not that much. I guess it's more than a Crusader. That's crazy. So many bounces. You know, it might be interesting if those Crusaders went for a 6-pounder. You never ever see that upgrade. But in the face of all these bounces, I'm like, screw it, just upgrade to a 6-pounder. He's not going to, but it'd be funny if he did. Now, pack guns. We've got 2 pack guns. We got a Panzerjäger. I mean, there's a world where these Crusaders go down and these Flame Panzers run the table. So, you know, good news for our German players. He's got about 1 million victory points to work with. It's a very slow bleed. He can just hold on to 1 point for quite some time and just kind of hang out. Looks like he's just going to throw this Flame Panzer away instead. Just kidding, because there's so many freaking bounces off that front armor. Pack guns getting on the side armor of the Crusaders is going to lose the Flame Panzer. And a little questionable scouting out with your most valuable unit there. But is what it is. Gonna drop some mines here. Destroying that tank wreck. Once again, continuing to be well-disciplined, denying his opponent those salvages. And we do see a mortar half-track here. I don't mind this indirect fire. It's just chip damage, and he's not getting any other value out of the 250 anyway. Flame Panzer completely countered by all of this. There's just so much anti-tank in that infantry. Continuing to take chip damage here. ET gun moving into position. And it looks like our British player is content to let our German player have this position. I don't think there's a world where our British player pushes that. Mechanized company being added on again here for Stana. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like he needs... I mean, I'm thinking a Stuka, but I don't... I mean, it's so difficult to get there. And even if he gets there, it's going to be a really tall order for that Stuka to do anything. So, nice little contain here by our British player. Yeah, and Stana can hang in this game. I know it's like a little bit slow right now, and it feels like our British player is like way ahead. But if you look at the army compositions, I mean, other than the insane veterancy, it's not that bad. And I say that as this 250 goes down. Oh, just kidding, it's gonna live. Crusaders diving. Yes. Okay, I take it all back, guys. I take it back. And it was gonna be a Stug here. 250 going down, pack out of position. Mortar half-track also gonna go down here. Flame Panzer doing what it can, which is nothing. Pack gun is going to reface, not going to get a shot. Panzer Pioneers recrewing, getting a shot but not focusing the low health tank. And there goes that mortar half track. Infantry on the backside picking up that pack as well. Flame Panzer going down. And unless all of these Crusaders get paid back, there's no way. I mean, it's going to take one down. No? Oh, tell me he gets one of these. No way. Wow. That's some low health units there. And yeah, there's going to be the GG. So, wear trash at the end. Who said I didn't even see who said that. Wasn't even playing where. Man. How many flame tanks were in that game? 6. Holy cow. I mean, they got 18 infantry kills. That's not a lot. Wow. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this wildly different game. I know I did, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, everybody. Oh my god, you guys are blowing up my chat. Toxic Meowless. I didn't see who it was. It was Stana at the end. Okay. All right, hold up. I'm going to catch up on chat real quick. Let's see. We don't even have ads on. Here in Syria, we don't have ads on YouTube. Well, I'm happy for you, and welcome from Syria. You guys are so lucky, but I also like YouTube music and background playing on mobile. Yeah, me too. OM Dirt, that's why I have YouTube Premium. Let me guess, rush Askruns? Yes, he did. He did rush them that game for sure. 250 is basically wasting time. Trying to remember what you were talking about. It's pretty. I mean, the use of those 250s that game was really good. I thought. Just cap with piles while 250s playing around mid with the. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. You could be right about that. Black going down. AT rifles damage against flame panzer is not really that bad. Yeah, I mean, he killed 6 of them, so... A lot of vehicles going down that game for sure, OM Dirt. Both players. Yeah, both players did have a pretty fragile build. You know, these players are... I mean, you like to have fun too, right? So why not go for whatever build you're feeling? And yeah, GG. They really hope they buff the Firefly because it never used in any game. Me too, dude. Me too. I mean, in Code 2, it was like super long range. Yes, exactly, Jack Code. Jack Coded TV for sure. He needs range. They need range to be good. Honestly, I kind of feel like that's what the Hellcat needs too, but I think they're trying to create the identity of the Hellcat of being like a long range, you know, highly mobile vehicle. My green screen is freaking out right now. So we're all just going to have to deal with that. All right, Twitch chat, what do you got to say? What do you got to say? Crazy how much skill I lost by playing 2v2s only. I don't know. I don't think so. Looked like you were doing okay. You got to play some 4v4s on Red Ball talking about losing brain cells. What, you don't like super campy games, Bambone? It lets them salvage they can't normally. Oh, it does. I didn't know that. Okay. Great game since on that Stuart. Dude, that thing was freaking doing some work, that game. Yeah. So many bounces. Holy cow. 15 vehicles in a 30-minute. Good game design. I used to be top 10 in 1v1s. Now you can't get to the top 30. But at least I'm top 10 in 2v2s now. Yeah. I mean, I think we can all agree you're freaking good at this game. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. Yeah. So Fancy, are we going to see you playing tonight? You don't want to, man. You want to look at my we could look at my recent games and just tell you why you don't want to look at it. I don't know if you guys caught the my subscriber special where I uploaded my game against Mar Nassan. I played him 2 more times and he kicked my butt both times. So I don't know, man. I am really not good, and when I play on stream, so you know how you have to like be in multiple places at once in a game? I can't do that and also stream because I'm trying to like talk to you guys or like, you know, be involved, and when I play it's no good. Let's see. And then you need to bring M4. What the heck? What is that? M4A3E2 Jumbo Sherman. I don't even know what that is. Now I'm going to Google it. What was it? Was E2? Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna read that later. I've never heard of this tank before. First world problem right there, Darth Mealis. Us normal people get gate kept by folks like you. Oh, yeah. All right, hang on. Let me look at Darth Mealis's elo. Hold up. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, top 40s and like everything. It feels like. How are your tournament games going, Darth? You're in the. Are you in the meta plays? I thought you were. Darth, are you you played 2 games in round 2? Um they were stomped. Win or lose? Did you win or did you lose? I'm guessing you won. Unless you were up against like J Raptor or something. You won, yeah. Are you Darth Mealis, are you affiliated with MetaPlays? Or are you just friends with, is it Ovadi? Am I remembering correctly you guys are friends? Most heavily armored Sherman in the war. It can bounce 88 shells from Flak and Tiger. But but the long 88 millimeter from the King Tiger and the Pack 43 could punch through it. Cool. Super high armor Sherman. You're just a participant. Oh, okay, cool. Well, glad you could do it. Yeah, it's my first tourney too. Not that I'm expecting to go very far. I mean, I made it to the quarterfinals, but that's only because nobody they were all too scared to play me or something. I don't know. All right. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember. I downloaded a bunch of like really short games, with the intention of like just watching a bunch of really short games on the stream, just kind of see what people are doing in the games that I don't get to cast very often. But now I'm reconsidering it. So, any of you folks on YouTube got a replay for me or what? Let me check how long this game is. Oh, no way I'm going to be able to find... Oh, here it is. Wait, I found it just now. Yeah. Short game. Framing is everything. You made it to quarters. Sentence ends right there. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I mean, I could show you one of my replays, and you'll figure out why I'm saying what I'm saying. Oh, sorry, my connection was lost. Now caught it. No, I'm too scared to play tournament. LOL. I mean, there were a bunch of like 1,000 rated, and I mean, I'm only my highest is like 1,200, but I'm like 1150. You know, so there's a Ironclad tournament going on at the end of the month that I joined, and the highest elo that's allowed in it is 1,300. So that's going to be pretty fun, I think. I do have a pretty hilarious game that I played. Actually, I think it dropped off. Yeah, I played too many games. Should have saved it, man. I had a really good demo game, but that's okay. All right, I'm gonna find a quick replay on CodeDB, see if we can get something good. Let's see here. That game's a little bit long. Well, these are some good players, and I haven't cast either of these guys since I've been back, so we're gonna watch this one. If I can find the replay. Oh. Nah, my elo is like 1041 with Brits and 900-ish with DAC. Yeah, that's okay. You know, it's... For me, the tournament is about community and not about winning, and I know I'm probably in the minority there, but I don't know. If folks can come together and like get to know each other because they see each other's names in the tournament, and you know you're rooting for your buddies, you know, I don't know. I think there's room for a lot of camaraderie there. I don't know. Alrighty, let's watch this replay. It's Damonville. All right. Blue on the right, please. Go. No. All right, folks. I'm gonna do this one for YouTube. Oh, Darth Meowlis tournament is all about the $40 juicy $40 win prize. Yeah. Yeah, it is. You think, am I having problems, Dirt, or are you having problems? Oh, you think it's you. Okay. Sorry, man. Let me check my stream health while you're talking about it. Saying it's good. Yeah, sorry, man. I don't think it's me. But it could be. If anybody else is having problems on YouTube, let me know. Or really anywhere. Alright. We're going to cast this game. Off. Do this. And Elo's good. Alright, here we go. I won't be talking to chat while I'm casting, so we're off. Hello and welcome to another Company of Heroes 3 game. My name is FancyJosh, and today I've got a game for you between Markov 777 as our Wehrmacht, and his opponent today is going to be Kaiser Tushkan as our US. And our US player is going for the Special Operations Battle Group right away here, adding on this Weasel to capture up some territory pretty quickly here, and adding on a barracks behind, so looks like it's going to be Riflemen following that up. Pioneers added on here. Early Pioneers added on here for our Wehrmacht player. Gonna let him capture. It's you know, right before I stopped casting, the most common build was triple Pioneer into triple Grenadier. Definitely seen some variation in that since I've been back. I don't think I've seen anybody go for triple Pioneer. Feels like Grenadiers up second is the way to go. We're gonna see that breakthrough battle group with the assault packages added on for these Grenadiers, potentially. I'd be surprised if we see the assault package used on this map, just because of how the fights tend to be at like medium-long range, and it's kind of difficult to close with your opponent. See if he ends up doing that anyway. Be curious, what he's thinking there. Pioneer's getting in a fight with these scouts on the bottom side. And, of course, that Weasel doesn't have any combat effectiveness in this early game until it adds on the machine gun, 30 cal. But we're not going to see that. Looks like our German player was trying to close the gap there with those scouts, but our US player not going to let that happen. And Grenadier's just going to grab some fuel here. And, yeah. Riflemen on the way, Grenadiers added on. So, pretty standard stuff here. Now, I've really been liking the Special Operations Battle Group, but I've been using it in a very strange way, which is to say, I like the pack howitzer, despite how expensive it is, and I love the hidden demo charges available to the Special Forces, and of course the whiz-bang at the end of the battle group is really freaking powerful. Infantry officer quarters on the way here for Markov. So, going to get Veterancy 1 across all his units here. And that's interesting. That's a little bit early. Typically, you'll see folks go for triple Grenadier before doing that. And not letting these Grenadiers close the gap. Riflemen loaded up in the... I have not seen this done before. Riflemen loaded into the back of this Weasel. Going to let him close the gap here. And the 30 cal upgraded, so this Grenadier not going to be doing so hot at that close range. Nice little move here by our US player. Should be able to drive back these Grenadiers. And is going to do so. And a lot of manpower bleed early here for Markov. And that's the disadvantage of going for this infantry officer quarters. I mean, he doesn't have a third... There could have been a third Grenadier joining into that fight, but not going to happen. Scouts continuing to capture territory on that bottom side. Weasel going to repair itself up here. And Riflemen just moving up to this top side. Gonna grab up some territory. Pioneers waiting for reinforcements. Heavy machine gun on the way next for Markov. So that heavy machine gun gonna support his infantry, help him win some of these early fights. Flamethrowers added on here by these Pioneers. Is gonna barely stop this fuel from being taken. That's actually a big deal. Does not want to lose control over his fuel there. Just going to stand on this point, drop some Pioneer models. That's okay. Might lose them on their way out. And actually, that Pioneer wasn't standing on the point, so the capture is going to be finished here. Smoke coming down from the battle group here, from the Special Operations. What's that ability called? Smoke screen. Coming in clutch there, stopping those... Basically stopping that fight in its tracks. Heavy machine gun setting up. And Grenadier's going to grab up this center point here. So all things considered, slightly favoring our US player, I would say there. Just because he was able to deny this fuel for just a second, and he did have control of both of the victory points for the duration. So things are looking okay for him. Infantry Support Center on the way next for Kaiser. And I wonder if he's going to add on any upgrades from that. He's going to get the Captain, of course. But Captain... I don't know. Captain felt like a critical part of U.S. players' armies in the past, and I don't know what its role is these days, other than a little bit of fire support from its light artillery barrage. I need more data. More data required. And weapon support center added on, calling in a half track right away. Feels like we're going to see some anti-air package, anti-air added on from that half track. It's been really, really popular lately. Weasel going to stop these Pioneers from finishing that capture at the last possible second. Nicely done. But 30 cal going to lose these fight against these Grenadiers here. Needs to be careful of the snares. Not going to happen. Pioneer's not able to finish the capture. Rifleman closing in here. And these Grenadiers not going to win this fight for sure. He's trying to focus the Weasel there, but the Weasel's just going to kite that battle just a little bit. You do see a third Grenadier squad added on here. Captain in the heavy cover there. And this is going to be a pretty decisively won fight here for a U.S. player, it looks like to me. Here comes the half track. Not going to charge in or anything like that. Pioneers capturing on that top side. Scout's going to try and put a stop to that. With the support of that half track from the looks of it. Heavy machine gun set up, but not in a good position here. Does have to retreat. And Panzer Grenadier Company up next. So Panzer Grenadier Company on this map I think is a pretty good idea. Get AT guns out. And the AT guns can kind of just sit in this little road or maybe right here and control wide spaces. See if he ends up doing that. Panzer Grenadiers have been very, very popular recently. They seem like a good answer to all the riflemen that U.S. player can add on, at least in my games. And bar into grenade here for Kaiser. Leaning heavily into his infantry. Has he added on anything from the support company? No, not yet. No surprise. Feels like we're going to see commandos. That'd be... Oh man, big push here by our German player. Going to capture all this territory. Throwing down sandbags to make that fuel easier to hold. Recognizing that his opponent was on the top side, so just going to... Oh, and breakthrough used here. He's going to capture all this territory so freaking fast, man. And I like these two squads being used in conjunction. The Pioneers were planting those sandbags, and obviously you can't capture while you're building something, so the Grenadiers helped to capture while that was happening, and these Grenadiers just going to back away. Doesn't want to bleed any manpower there. AT gun is added on here, and moving into position to help out against that half track, which has not been upgraded with anything just yet. Pioneers with that breakthrough going to decapture that middle really, really quickly. And might be able to get a favorable fight here. Pack gun not set up yet. Just backing away, baiting these vehicles to come forward. Is going to get a shot, but not going to be able to destroy that unit. Just going to make him move back off. And here comes the rifleman there. I think that's the ability from the captain on them. I didn't quite catch it there. I'll see if I can get that next time. That's not the sprint ability. I think that's the captain's, like, hoorah ability. I don't know what it's called. Oh, Weasel going to go down to the pack. Grenadier's in a really kind of a bad spot here. Just trying to stand on this point. Make sure he controls this fuel for as long as possible. Grenadier's taking a nice little engagement here at long range. AT gun moving a little bit far forward here. And German player's going to win this fight from the looks of it. Grenade. Getting some good damage down. Nicely done. And Captain backing away here. Taking a long range fight. Rifleman just going to capture up some territory on that top side. Commandos are available. Not added on yet. We do see a mortar here. I think that mortar was a drop-off from the Weasel before it was destroyed. But I must have missed it. And indirect fire, obviously, pretty decent these days. Going to help out against these AT guns and heavy machine gun, especially if it pops some smoke. Pioneers grabbing some territory. And no breakthrough available. That doesn't even need it. And we do see the Stoss Troop and half track. What's that called? Is that like assault group or something? Mechanized assault group, yep. Wonder if we're going to see him add that on. Stoss Troop are really freaking good. Oh, that's a dead mortar. Maybe not. Retreat. Good connection there, but not enough. If this had been a full squad, that might have been a dead mortar. But not quite going to happen. And it is going to be Mechanized Assault Group here. Called in. That thing's pretty expensive in terms of manpower, but Stoßtruppen are freaking worth it. And I think Stoßtruppen on this map, really, really good. Like I said, medium to long-range engagements, and even against bars, the Stoßtruppen are going to do really well, especially as they gain veterancy. Now, we're going to see a Stummel here. Stummel pretty popular these days. Advanced logistics on the way for FancyJosh to get some discounts on his reinforcements. Grenadiers trying to hold back these riflemen. Heavy machine gun does have to get out of there. Stummel on the way. Stoßtruppen going towards the middle. Smoke being popped here by those scouts. And fight's going to be happening all over the place here. Pack gun having to retreat. There's a unit on this top side, just pioneers. Riflemen on the bottom side. Artillery barrage called down by the captain. Stoßtruppen going to force those riflemen back. And Stummel upgrade nearly done here, but still going to be controlled here by our German player here. Just a little bit. Just needs a moment to stand on that point. And Rifleman actually managing to get this cutoff point. Not going to deny anything, but just going to be annoying for as long as possible. And I love these Riflemen just wasting this Stummel's time, being as annoying as possible. Even going to get an AT grenade here, and might just need to retreat there. He's going to do so. Stoßtruppen do some pretty serious work. AA upgrade finally picked up on that half track. Going to absolutely shred those grenadiers. AT gun setting up. Not protected by any infantry there. It does have the Stummel plus the Stoßtruppen moving up. This AT gun's in a really, really bad spot. And just a huge frontline brawl here. Units freaking everywhere. AA half-track finding an angle. Engineers keeping an eye on this AT gun. Stummel trying to help out, but not able to get much done. Heavy machine gun screening everything off. And both players having to back away from each other. Just a freaking brawl all over the place. Grenadiers actually winning that fight in the middle. And Pioneers capturing out in the wings. Really nicely done. And man, this is a banger so far. Both players being very, very active. Can't believe this mortar's already up to veterancy 1. What's our German player doing? Just still the infantry officer quarters, but already veterancy 1 on the Stummel as well. Both players like beating the crap out of each other here. You see 4 riflemen. That's interesting. I'm wondering why he went for a 4th rifleman instead of a special forces. Maybe just didn't want to float the manpower to get the special forces out, or liking the status of, liking the state of riflemen as they are now. Not really sure. Smoke being popped here. Protect that AT gun. It looks like we're going to have a big fight on this top side. Stoßtruppen and Grenadiers moving in. Stummel on the way as well. Victory points extremely even here. It's a pretty decent fight here for those riflemen using forward on them to increase their DPS and potentially suppress these units, but the Stummel going to force them off. AA half-track moving in. Heavy machine gun trying to dissuade him. Pack gun not in position. Smoke screen being popped there from the battle group by FancyJosh, blocking off the sight range of all those units there. Pioneer's going to have a bad retreat path. Good news is they do have smoke ready for him. Grenade into the fog of war here. Gonna move that heavy machine gun from its position. Stummel continuing to barrage. Grenadier sitting in a good position here. What is that ability? It's not gonna let me see. Oh, I just barely missed it. I just want to know what that ability is. I'm pretty sure that's from the captain. If we get a moment of quiet at all this game, I will check that out. Stummel driving back that AA. Wouldn't mind seeing a blinding shot, but not going to do so. Pack gun moving up. And Stoßtruppen going to drive back. Engineers as well, so both players just going to trade control here. And it's very cool. Both players are just kind of like slowly moving into each other's lines, just like being very cautious moving into the fog of war. It's kind of cool to see. AT gun having to back away. Might be able to get a shot here, but Stoßtruppen are in the area and the support of the Stummel. A little surprised that AT gun didn't try to take a cheeky shot there, but I guess the mortar would have ripped them apart, so it all makes sense. Pioneers having to move into this top side. Support of those Grenadiers, try and grab back the fuel. Things are looking pretty good for our US player. He's had control of 2 of the victory points for quite some time. He's also been controlling the fuel. for the most part. I guess our German player does have that fuel on the top side, so I take it all back. Stostruppen in a bad spot, need to get out of there. Oh, Grenadiers reinforcing, but still in a bad spot. Nice little phosphorus round, inviting his opponent to try and charge him. Button being used on the Stummel might go down. AT gun is set up. Stostruppen just barely screening here. That's a big old U.S. blob, though. Stummel getting one shot as it gets out of there. Is barely going to escape as the button wears off. Pioneers trying to finish that capture, but not going to happen. Heavy machine gun not in a great position there. And a U.S. machine gun added on. And this battle continues to be chaos. Scouts behind the Grenadiers there, grabbing up the fuel, being as annoying as possible. Captain calling down some artillery there. Gonna drive back that heavy machine gun. Grenadiers doing something, getting to heavy cover, it looks like. What a freaking bloodbath this game has been. Fuel looking pretty good for our German player. Is going up to the Panzer Company now. Manpower looking good for Kaiser. Does he have tank depot? Nope. I'm not sure he wants tank depot. Snare coming in here. He's going to get the damaged engine, but the pack gun nowhere to be found. And yeah, this is nicely done here by our U.S. player. Going to grab up this top side. So the victory points, once again, looking really good for Kaiser Tushkan. Tank depot on the way. Doesn't really have the fuel for more tanks. So feels like we're going to see a whiz-bang here. Be very surprised if we saw anything else. Blinding shot could be used here. Attack ground might also do it. Needs probably 2 more hits here. Stostruppen covering. There's the blinding shot used to nuke that unit. Oh, do I have a chance? Flanking maneuver. 80% speed. I'm pretty sure that's from the captain. One day I'll check, and we'll all know for sure. I'm sure my chats are blowing up right now, telling me what it's from. Oh, but I can't look at chat while I'm casting. All right, Stummel gonna have to deal with this big push here. Heavy machine gun actually in a great spot. Should get a suppression on a couple of these squads. Oh man, grenade just slightly off base there, trying to catch that unit on the retreat path. Not gonna happen. Heavy machine gun from our U.S. player actually doing some work there. Scouts spotting for this mortar. Veterancy 3 Stummel, dude. Oh my god. You know, I use this unit in my games, and I never get to Veterancy 3. Alright, Grenadiers in a good spot there. Grabbing up that victory point. U.S. player in the middle. Controlling, at least decapping that point. Captain, here's my opportunity. We are going to take a quick look here. Flanking maneuver, yes, it is from the captain. And it is called flanking maneuver, turns out. Sometimes those ability buffs aren't always called the same thing. Now these engineers, I don't know how they're going to do against this Grenadier on the side. If he gets rid of the Minesweeper, they could win that fight. But this Veteran C2 on these Grenadiers is going to make short work of that unit. Grenade, nice little push forward there instead of a retreat, because that could have hurt a lot. Engineers are still going to lose that fight. And Stummel continuing to chip away at these riflemen. How many kills does this thing have? Only 10. One of them being a vehicle. Oh, and a Sturmpanzer. Let's go. Oh, big hit on the retreat. I think that might have been an attack round. Now, Sturmpanzer got a pretty substantial range buff. Look at that skin, dude. Uh-oh, this is looking bad for our U.S. player. Walking into his opponent's base. Nothing to deal with this. Bazooka's on the way. AT grenade. Gonna try to help out. Mortar doing what it can, which is basically nothing. And yeah, this Sturmpanzer just gonna keep our U.S. player in his base. Here come the bazookas, though. Not actually dropping any models. And manpower actually okay for our U.S. players. So this, I mean, despite this very aggressive maneuver, it's not actually the end of the world here for our U.S. player. Nice little smoke there to get those guys unsuppressed. Stummel gonna try its best to get those scouts on their way out. Might actually get them. And another huge blast there. Stummel just backing away. Grenadiers still suppressed somehow. Stostruppen popping phosphorus into that cover. Gonna drive back those riflemen. And a lot of damage going down both directions. That Sturmpanzer just soaking up all that punishment. Victory points still in control for our U.S. player. Fuel dead even here. Rifleman, our U.S. player's territory is cut off. It's currently isolated, so he's not getting any benefit from that top side. I think we saw Breakthrough used. Well, no. It's not on cooldown, so he didn't use Breakthrough. Another dead Rifleman. Attack ground. Almost. Uh-oh. Rifleman in a bad spot. Almost killing his own Pioneer. More Riflemen coming out of the base. And here's the whiz-bang. It's here. I don't know how well a whiz-bang does firing on a Sturmpanzer. My guess is not very well. Is he gonna barrage? Oh, where's it going? He's just driving. Here it comes. Surely. Please. Heavy machine gun on the retreat. Whiz-bang not being used. Satchel charge. Oh, huge hit. Whiz-bang with a chance. Needs to fire in the retreat path. Oh my god, is he gonna get it? No freaking way. Holy cow, I can't believe that Sturmpanzer just went down. And that one on the whiz-bang already. Like, holy cow. What is this game, man? Okay, I need a second to take stock and breathe, because the heavy machine gun for our German player went down at some point there. We do see he added on another Stoßtruppen. Heavy machine gun, looks like he went down in base, I guess? Did manage to get it back. Grenadiers grabbing fuel. Victory points still favoring our U.S. player. Stoßtruppen gonna grab up the middle. Well, dude, this captain has just been constantly using his buttons, man. He's been using the flanking maneuvers. He's been using the barrages. It's been really nice to see. Heavy machine gun fighting the Stoßtruppen. Phosphorus grenade. Gonna connect there, force that heavy machine gun back. Stoßtruppen should be able to take this fight. It's not gonna feel good. But probably gonna give up that spot, just trying to hold on to it as long as he could. Scouts went down on this fuel. Stoßtruppen gonna grab that up. Grenadiers fighting with some bazookas and mortars and whatever's behind that bazooka. Is it a double zook? Nope, engineers. Alright, Stummel to the rescue. Trying to hold down the middle point here. Grenadiers going to lose to those engineers with their veteran C2. That satchel charge just got them so much experience from doing damage to that Sturmpanzer. That's crazy. Heavy machine gun holding it down. Rifleman on the flank, though. Heavy machine gun going to have to give it up. Pioneers with their flamethrower going to do okay here. Stoßtruppen in support. And Riflemen can't stay there for very long. Are going to retreat. Should live on their way out. And Stummel just continuing to do what it does best. Only 14 kills, but it's been a lot of damage. Here comes the whiz-bang. Thinking about something. Just looking scary, I guess. Watch him barrage right here. Yep. Oh my god, those grenadiers. Oh, I love whiz-bangs, man. I freaking love them. I know a lot of people really hate them, but I think they're really cool. I think they're a really cool unit. And definitely underused in 1v1s in my experience. Stoßtruppen doing their best there, getting unsuppressed with their Vet 1 ability. Panzer IV has arrived. And we see a popped top here from that whiz-bang, discarding its rocket launcher to be able to fire its main weapon here. Just to get in close with this P4. We're going to see a cruise shock there. Sherman looking for trouble. Getting some good connections on the side armor there. But I do think this Panzer IV is going to do okay. There is the pack gun in support. Sherman going to have to respect that pack gun. But a triple cap coming down for our U.S. player. Both players continuing to bleed units all over the place here. And it's going to be... I mean, this is a big force here from our German player on the top side, dropping his AT gun. And Sherman going to try and help out here. And this is a anti-infantry loiter going to shred these units. Sherman in trouble, though. Pack getting some good connections. Panzer IV going forward. And that's a dead Sherman, isn't it? Blinding shot there. Oh, pack gun from downtown. But big U.S. push here. Getting on this side armor. If he can get a AT grenade down, it might be in deep trouble. Phosphorus round from the freaking Sherman actually covering off the Panzer IV there. Oh, the Stummel going down. And going to be a stolen AT gun up top there. Might see it reface here against this this Panzer IV. This game is a freaking mess, man. Oh my god, this game is a mess. Okay, U.S. player still doing really well on victory points, but the Staatstruppen going to control this point. We do see the fuel in control of our German player. Heavy machine gun not facing the right direction. Is going to have to retreat. Staatstruppen going after that mortar. And a whiz-bang nearly complete here. Wow. I don't know who's going to win this game. This game is very close. Things looking pretty good for... I think things are looking better for our U.S. player here. Our German player is saving graces these Staatstruppen. He's got Vet 2 on one of them. They're continuing to live. We did see a Grenadier go down at some point there. Panzer IV is still alive. We do see some Zooks. Well, that's stolen AT gun, though. Stolen AT gun is really, really good for our U.S. player here. Veteran C1 on the Panzer IV. Phosphorus used, blocking off that heavy machine gun. Grenadiers still going to get suppressed here. Here comes the whiz-bang. And not going to fire just yet. Might see him go now. Yep. Here comes. These guys need to get out. Oh, the tank! The tank wreck saving those Staatstruppen. That tank, oh my god, I can't believe that wreck just saved those Staatstruppen big time. Bazooka's on the side here. Panzer IV does not have that heavy machine gun, so not actually super effective against that infantry. Pioneers here to repair. Bunch of units back in base need to get out on the field. Panzer IV not actually able to do anything with that freaking tank wreck. Dude, tank wreck's MVP this game. Holy cow. Heavy machine gun, Staatstruppen, everybody moving down to this bottom side, but U.S. player is going to walk away with 2 of the victory points here. It's going to be 3 of the victory points for a brief moment. And yeah, our German player needs to get some wipes here. He needs a super clutch wipe on basically any unit. This whiz-bang is on cooldown here. Heavy machine gun suppressing everything. Panzer IV hiding behind the house. Not able to clean out that heavy machine gun. Bazooka's coming around the house there. German player is going to control these points. Heavy machine gun in a great position here. Going to suppress... Oh, he packed it up! Oh, no. I mean, maybe he meant to do that, but I felt like it was in a good position to at least suppress those units for a little bit. Mortar was all over him, though. And things looking really good for our U.S. player. Staatstruppen trying to clean out those engineers. Pioneers trying to stand on the point, but they got to go. And they might be dead on their way out here. Being focused down. Nope. Switching targets there. Here comes the whiz-bang up there, but not gonna barrage. Panzer IV being fighting these Zooks here. This is still a Vet 0, so can't pop that top. In too close to fire. I don't know what this whiz-bang's doing, man. Grenadiers are trying to do something on the top side, but contained by all those Vet 3 riflemen. And I think that might be the end of the game, folks. Wow, this has been a really fun game to watch. That chaos where both players' blobs just running into each other. I mean, wonderful, wonderful micro by Kaisertuschka on this whole game, dude. Just like that captain constantly buffing, riflemen nearby, constantly barraging. We saw some really clutch whiz-bang play. This Sturmpanzer diving so deep onto his opponent's base was crazy. And ultimately going down to a satchel charge plus whiz-bang combo was just unbelievable. All right, last push here, but that's going to be the end of the game. Wow. What a great game that was. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, and I will see you in the next video. What a freaking game, man. What a game. And you guys over on YouTube are blowing up my chat. You like the Pack Howie too? Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, that is some map control, especially with the breakthrough. Oh my god. If there were only some demo charges, true. Yeah, USF Spec Ops demo charges are invisible. Yes. And yeah, OM Dirt saying that right after me. Yeah, they are hidden, yes. Their weapons are sometimes glitched. Oh. Weird. Late game whiz-bang into Sherman. His peak. Yep. Hey, thanks Thanks, Josh. Joshua Griff. Rumbar. Yeah, I think I'm the only one that calls it Sturmpanzer. I don't know why. I just do. Oh my god, this is a disaster. Yeah, it was. Perfect combo. Where Cam? There it is. There it is, Darth Meowlis. It's pretty hot in my room right now, so I'm turning a little pink. You like that? Get to see my gorgeous pinkness. Worst part is Markov doesn't have grenadiers to merge into stock. Yeah. Yep. They're expensive and he has 2 squads of them. A lot of manpower bleed. Yeah, for sure. I think it's enough for, yeah, Fausting at least. Yeah, it was pretty much game over after the it unbelievably, even though the whiz bang went down, it was still GG. I think losing the AT gun was just a little too much. But not I don't know that it would have made the difference. So wow, that was a fun one. I just pulled that off of CodeDB. Like, I love finding randomly awesome games like that. So all right, y'all. Well, I think we're gonna call it there. Thank you so much for tuning into the stream. Hopefully you folks in the US enjoyed this late time. We'll see if I'm able to do it in the future. But yeah. Yeah, sorry, Dirt. Dude, it is past. I know it's only like, what time is it? It's only like 6 or 7 o'clock for me, but seriously, I'm up at 4 a.m. every day because of baby. So it is past my bedtime. But yeah, seriously, thanks for dropping by, guys. It's been great having you. Just getting used to the pinkish tone. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right. Well, I'm going to try and raid somebody on Twitch. Thank you so much, folks on YouTube. And we will definitely see you in a future cast. All right. Who should we raid? Probably not a whole lot of folks streaming at this time. What do we got? We got Mr. Saipan. All right. We're going to raid this fella. Yeah. Yep. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. Take care. We'll see you in the next one.